my purse. Hey, Lisa Hobbs, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I know you weren't feeling well. Hi, Super Chat Cat. Good to see you. L Gal. Let's see. So let me get to YouTube. So in watching Scamanda, I was speaking with some of the moderators in, behind the scenes, and some of them had not known about Jaybells, which I thought was crazy. But so we spent yesterday, was it, looking at some of the stuff of Jaybells, and I believe Jaybells needs to be revisited because from Tiny Reindeer, what was it? Was it called Tiny Reindeer? What was that one about that lady, that stalker? Was that called Tiny Reindeer? No. Baby Reindeer. Baby Reindeer to Scamanda. And there was another one in there that it was like nuts. And Jaybells had such an intimate grasp on people's lives, different than this Scamanda. And yeah, my phone popped out of the holder, and I was driving, so I couldn't get it out. So that was what it was. Oh, thanks. Yeah, these are those pearls. I decided these pearls that I got at an estate sale, I decided I think I'm going to keep them. Anyway, so how come I don't see Belle Gibson? Belle Gibson. Okay. I don't see a lot of people. Debbie? How come I don't see Debbie? Nora, good to see you. Thank you for being a Deputy Rambler for 57 months. Oh, there I see Debbie Two Scooter. Okay. So anyway, I thought, okay, we have to revisit this, okay? Because for those of you and anybody listening that doesn't know about Jaybells, Jaybells was a person that came to this channel in 2019. I believe it was March. She came to the channel when I was doing a piece about this YouTuber who had adopted several children, and she did prank videos, but she was abusive to the children, okay? The children were working under duress, and they were being abused, and she ended up dying, I think, when she was in jail before she even got to a trial or anything. But when we were wondering how she was adopting so many children, Jaybells sent me her first email to me. Let me see if I can pull that first email up because I save everything. Let me see here. Okay, so let me just look under. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read you something. Okay, this was not her first email to me, but this was an email to me on May 13th of 2019. And this was, oh boy, let me see here. After her fake husband died. So, long story short, she contacted me with the adoption help. So she wanted to say, oh, I know how this lady adopted kids. My husband and I, we tried for many, many years to have a baby. And we went through adoption seminars like this. And I can tell you a lot about this, okay? And here's this lady's name and everything. Like, she gave me a lot of information, like, immediately, okay? Then she told me they're not adopting anymore because they have a miracle pregnancy, okay? This miracle pregnancy. And again, that was about in March of 2019. And then one day in May of 2019, she came into our chat and said, I'm so glad you guys are on because my husband is in the hospital right now. I don't know what's going on. He came from New York. No, I'm making a mistake. There's a, hold on. She came on very pregnant on a book club that was Patreon only. She was very swift when she did it. She pretended that she didn't know she was on camera. Yeah. Oh, am I on camera? Oh my gosh. Now, you'll hear like this stuttering that she does. She said she was a criminal profiler and she studied family annihilators. She specialized in family annihilators. She didn't tell me the reason at that point. I'll tell you why she said this, but she said she studied them. And she said she was born in the United States. And she had a fall during her pregnancy, and they would not let her fly back to the United States. So she had to have her baby in the UK. And that's why her husband was flying in from New York City. And what happened when he flew in from New York City, he started to vomit and all of this stuff. They took him to the hospital, and he had encephalitis, and he died. But this is before he died. This was, I'll just show you just a little tiny bit of this. I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but this is going to show you that she came on and, oh, is my camera on? Let me.
Talked at him and yelling and screaming, and he drove off. He never came back. So there you go.
Something with the votes. Was it a beetle?
Yeah, it was a little yellow beetle.
Something with those beetles. A lot of serial killers, right? Didn't they have them? And Ted Bundy had it, and then
yeah,
there was another one that I saw had a Volkswagen Beetle, and yeah. Hi, Slam RN. I forget the other killer I just saw, and they were mentioning. Hi, Lori Staggs.
Didn't you say that you were going to retire and leave?
Lisa Hobbs, thank you for being a member for 24 months, and I know you really are 4 years, I know. I remember.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
But,
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm done with California right now. Yeah.
You don't like California?
No, I don't like the politics. I don't like the taxes. The taxes are driving me crazy. And if somebody tries to take away my straw one more time.
Oh, the straws.
I'm going to hit them with my camel.
There are no straws in California?
Well, they're trying to outlaw them.
Yes, hi. I said hi, Slam RN.
Well, in some parts they're more strict than others, but like right now where I live, it's not that bad. But if you go on the west side of LA, it's like they're like, oh, we don't serve straws, and they try to find the poor waiters who are serving the drinks.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying just to get it right when here she comes. Hi, Jaybells. No, I called her Jaybells. Hey.
Hi there.
Look how she puts her in her.
Okay.
Hey, Debbie Two Scooter.
No,
Sergeant
so
Rambler
you're
for
in
61
Germany
months.
now? Are you in Germany?
London.
Oh, London.
Yes.
Okay. So, and how many months pregnant are you now? Wow, you're showing.
36 weeks.
Oh, almost time.
Aww.
Do you know what it is?
No?
No? Surprise?
And yeah, I realized my video's off, so I was like, okay, forgot to turn that on.
Her video
It
says.
makes a good cup holder.
Oh yes, look.
No hands.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. And then her dog in the background. Actually.
Oh, the dog? Yeah.
Aw.
Okay. I was just wondering also, if anyone
Linda, thank you for being a member for 54 months, Sergeant Rambler.
common purpose law, which is joint
Okay, so
enterprise.
she goes on and on
You
and
know, we had this
hammers
discussion
and
before where you talk about umbrella crime.
stammers and like hems and
we
haws
actually
about
have that in
all this
the
stuff, but she comes on. This was a
What do you mean by umbrella
Patreon
crime?
Oh,
only
I think she's
video.
talking. Are you talking about
And-
that thing that we were?
This was a Patreon only video, and she was making her debut here as this person that was supposed to be, this was going to endear her to me. When somebody's trying to groom you, they're going to be interested in the things you're interested in. They're going to want to talk about them. That's what, when we had the confession, I remember Scooter asking her, like, did you, hey Justina, thank you for being a member for 33 months. She's the best community on YouTube. So, she said, did you really like being with us? Because like, she used to do research with me and we used to do things, and it seemed to me that she really enjoyed what we were doing. And, so like Scooter said, like, did you enjoy those things with us, or was it all a game? But she said at the time, oh yeah, I did, but I don't believe it. This is all about a game, and this was a level for her. Okay, this was a total level up, because, and I don't want to skip too far ahead. So she came on here, and then she, very soon after this, she said that her husband was coming home, and they had not bought one thing for this baby because they were very superstitious. They had taken forever to get pregnant, and I believe she said she had losses and this and that. And so he was going to come in from New York, and they were going to buy everything she needed. Okay, so we were on another video. Hang on. And right after I got off a live stream, immediately after I got off a live stream, she sent me an email. Purse. Hey, Lisa Hobbs, it's so good to see you. Hold on a minute. Let me go over here. I don't want to lose another. Okay, let me go over here. And let's see. Okay, this was right after she sent me an email that her husband died. And the numbers on here are not
So I was on my
valid,
way
so-
home from a basketball game.
So don't try to call in, okay? They are not valid.
We took some more the other night, and she was, from, yeah, I just got some bad news from Jaybells. You know Jaybells?
Yeah, I called
Remember
her
she
Jaybells.
came on the other night,
We know
and
maiden
she
name.
was sitting there. She's the profiler. She was pregnant. Do you remember? I'll wait till some more people get here. It's some very bad news. Do you remember her husband was in the hospital? Do you remember Jaybells? She was on the other night. She was pregnant. She was coming to us from the UK. You remember? Her husband died last night. Remember he was in the hospital? She's due to have a baby in like 2 weeks. Her husband died last night. She doesn't know what to do. because they don't have any family. She's been with him since she was 18. She doesn't even know who to call. I'm trying to see if anybody is even near her in Great Britain. Where's Casbot? Because I don't even know.
Okay, so we're getting,
He died last night.
okay, so
To
we
be
found-
or have a baby. How am I supposed to do this now? We haven't even.
okay, this is when I'm reading her email.
Anyway, I'm not sure what to do now. So sudden. He in the UK.
All right, let me read the email now.
I'll read you her email. I'll read her email. I just got it 3 hours ago. When we were here, I didn't see it. She says, so I just lost my husband tonight. It was so sudden. He was fine, and then he wasn't. I'm not sure why I'm telling you. I think because neither of us have any family other than each other. And you're supposed to call people when someone dies, right? And you were sending kind thoughts in the chat last night. Anyway, I'm not sure what to do now. I have no idea what I'm doing. I actually don't believe it's real. It's weird that I told you, but I'm not sure how to be or have a baby. How am I supposed to do this now? We haven't even bought so much as a diaper. Maybe it's a bad nightmare and I'll wake up. He's my only friend and family since I was 18. I just can't believe this. So she needs help. She needs help.
Okay, then I think she did come into the chat. Let me see if she did come into the chat. Why is the chat not showing? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Let me see if she came on in here. Well, even if she came on in here. Okay, so that was her saying about the husband dying with that. Then, so that was, I'll tell you the date that was. When is this video made? When is this video made? That video was May 9th. Okay, so then on May, let's see when this email is from. May 13th, so 4 days later. Okay, now she gave birth on, I believe, May 12th, which was Mother's Day. Okay, I was in the labor and delivery room with her via the phone. I had nurses speaking with me through the delivery, trying to coach her. It was Mother's Day. I was trying to enjoy it with my family, but I had an obligation here. She had the baby, and I said, did you have a picture? She sent me a picture. The picture was very hard. It was like a baby in an isolette. And I said, what's going on? She said he has a low-grade fever. I thought, oh my gosh, that baby has Group B Strep. And that baby went through like days and then succumbed, okay? But it was all fake. So anyway, she said to me, this is May 13th. Dear Carolyn, I'm trying to do something practical. Casbat suggested a book, but other than academic text and journal articles, I read crime stuff, and I can't face my line of work in any capacity right now. I think I need to be more at a Finding Nemo level. The counselor came to see me and suggested I try to write some things down. Just let it out. I also caught up on some of your live and saw how upset you were, and I really don't want you to worry so much. I feel terrible. I waltzed right in, uninvited, And you didn't ask for a me-sized headache, much like I didn't ask for baby-sized blood clots. I don't want to hurt you or anybody or make anything harder for you, so you do you, okay? What I'm going to do is try to make you feel better and less worried by explaining some things so that may even help to just allow people to stop asking you difficult questions too. Because here you have a little insight. And right now, after everyone's kindness, I just want to put your mind at ease. So here are some answers to some questions I noticed popping up and putting a halt to the Chinese whispers I've observed, where people have been misinformed and jumped off the deep end or just inaccurate guesswork about how I'm going to manage. Not a criticism on their part, but that is the nature of coming into chat halfway through. Okay, so when her husband died, she came on, and I'll play that video as well. We bought her some things collectively and had them shipped from Amazon UK to her flat in London. So I'm going to let you see that too. But and when she came on that live, she came under the name of her husband, Dr. Alessandro Russo. And that was, oh my gosh, this private person accidentally came through under Dr. Russo. Oh, wait a minute, that's my husband. All adding to her credibility. You see what I mean? She did a lot of stuff like that. So let's see. I get that. And most importantly, so you can get back to true crime or whatever and saving the world looking through garbage, sat with your fake face in your fake kitchen with your fake bulldog and your fake family. That was all because everybody said everything was fake, right? And give me something to fall back to sleep to when I'm up with my baby at the ass crack of dawn. Anyway, I guess here are my frequently asked questions, and let me get all this out before my drug high and clarity wears off entirely and I'm back to crying and being overwhelmed. Bear with me. When I'm nervous and want to cry, I crack wise. I think she means I wisecrack. Make wisecracks. And I'm more of a wise ass than a Joe Brand. Ask Casbat for the reference. I'm not about to tell you my story because that is just it. It isn't a story. It's all my life. Because it's like a joke, right? Nothing of this is her life. It is a story. You see how she did that? Okay? It is my life, and I still have to live it. No, it's not. So I've read your blogs for the past however many years. This is another lie. She wasn't reading my blogs for years. She told me this. She told me she was reading my Mommy Ramblings blog for years. And I didn't believe it when she told me that. But at the time I thought, okay, well, she's trying to connect with me or whatever. But I really did not believe it. That part of it. For the past how many years, you can listen to mine for 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, or not, Gail. And Gail was a woman that used to come in and tell us when we should go to bed. I'm not the boss of you. My life has never been and is not black and white. Yeah, I know, it's all been a lie. And I have no doubt will continue to be firmly in the gray area, you bet. I do not feel compelled to justify anything because I haven't asked for anything. She's a little pompous, huh? I really mean that. I haven't. She hasn't asked for anything. But your generosity and kindness is why I want to address some of the concerns and do my best to let you in ever so slightly. I'm not good at that. My guard has to be firmly up, and I can't tear it down overnight. Now, let me tell you something. When she wanted to speak with me after her husband died, she was sitting there, and she was having contractions. And I said, you're having contractions. She was showing me IDs in the UK, all this stuff to prove who she was. And I said, you're in labor, and you've got to go to the hospital. And that's how I ended up being there in the hospital with her. Okay, so she says, I'm not good at that. My guard has to be firmly up, and I can't tear it down overnight. I'm not sure I want to either. The generosity thing is a whole new ball of wax to me. Nobody has ever given a flying fudge about me my whole rotten life, except for my husband. And too much scares me, and I just don't know how to do it. I can't help that. So I know you know some of the gaps in my life, but to other people, I just can't let them in. I'm not the Chris Watts Discovery Files, and I'm not open because I'm afraid of what will be found. I'm just broken, and I'm sad. I've been hurt over and over, and I don't want to rip open the wounds I fought so hard to cement shut. Chris Watts lost the privilege of having privacy. I haven't, and so I want to explain what I can. But that doesn't mean I'm not grateful to the adorable and lovely ramblers. I get overwhelmed easily because I never have had to navigate more than 2 people at once, and one of those people is my dog. I don't like being judged. I'm not strong enough for trolls. I can't put myself out there like you. You have the balls, or bullocks, too. I wish I could. Hashtag be more Carolyn. I will fully reimburse anything donated, and if you won't allow me to do it, I just about grasp the nature of a gift, but not a gift for me or mine. Then I will donate the equivalent to a charity. I will provide proof of me doing so. Maybe we can pick one together. Off the top of my head, I'm thinking the encephalitis, what her husband died, right? Charity, or maybe a lone parent charity so they can help someone else like me. When I found my feet, we can put some thought into that. A few days ago, I sent the most wonderful woman, yes, that is you, Carolyn, a note when my husband, because I've read your blogs forever. I've watched your how-to videos, your product videos, your family day trip vacations. Well, I know she's watched them, okay? She's probably watched them, binge-watched them to groom me, right? Okay. She says, I've had many a Pinterest fail in the cooking department. Thanks for making me feel like a dumbass over a simple Instant Pot beef casserole. Let's just blame Jimmy. And impulse buying from your reviews. I've contemplated some Hot Wheel toy cars not too long ago. You spoke to my inner tomboy childhood. I came to my senses and realized my age, though. So you see, as odd and perhaps as pathetic as this may sound, I hope it doesn't sound creepy, however. Other than my husband, I feel like I've known you longer than anyone. Even though you had no idea about me. Not what you had in mind when starting a blog, I'm sure. And I'm sorry for that. Because I haven't had a typical life, I'm not saying I've had a bad life, but it hasn't been a picnic most of the time. I moved around a lot. I don't have parents or friends to speak of. I have had friends, but because I was moving, I stopped wanting to form them because it hurt too much to lose them. So I was protecting myself and felt I didn't need anyone but me. And that my husband had a very similar life to me, and we always knew that was why we found each other or were drawn to each other, so that we wouldn't have to be alone anymore. If I felt I was invincible before him, I became invincible with him. All we wanted on top of that perfection was to give a child something we never had, loving parents who would treat the child like the prince or princess they deserved to be. We wanted to right some wrongs done to us. So without him, you see, it didn't feel strange for me to call you Carolyn and to tell you. It also didn't feel right for nobody to be told about him. I suddenly realized what our lives are, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Something has happened to my amazing man, and nobody gets to care or know how great he is. How is this the sum of our lives? We thought we had everything we could ever need, ever hope to meet, and that child we longed for would be arriving in a few weeks' time. That's it, our circle finally complete. but that just wasn't to be. So it didn't feel right for something to happen to him and for me to tell nobody. Someone tell me what the heck to do here, because I can't breathe and I don't even have the gusto to scream right now. And I do think it was a little cry for help. I'm a psychologist. Well, I forgot that. I can see that. I'm really sorry that someone was you, walking in uninvited. You didn't ask for this. I know it's not fair. So please, I know how to not be lonely. I learned it before and I can again. I mean, now I know what it is like to be on the other side of lonely. It will be hard readjustment, but I know how to be alone, and you owe me nothing. It will never stop me from being grateful for you, but don't ever feel like you're stuck. I'm really used to it. The coworker question that keeps cropping up. We both picked careers that would keep us very busy and perpetuate our nomadic lifestyles that we initially thrust into through no fault of our own, and then become something we couldn't stop. We do have a base in New York and in the UK, but we are effectively contractors. We go from research project to research project all over the world. Our colleagues are global. When we speak with colleagues, it's usually via email or Skype, and we are constantly arguing over whose theory or methodology is right or wrong. When we meet in person, it's some kind of conference in bloody Delhi or Vermont. We all don't want to be at. We are forced to debate and critique our work all day. Then add alcohol to further those debates into the forced socializing in the evening. You can imagine how heated that got with a bunch of drunk, arrogant egos demeasuring to the small hours. And yes, most of my field is male dominated. Baby talk is considered lowbrow, and you can't be a real scholar with the hours we keep and the competitive research output we have to generate and be a parent. And if, G forbid, if you take maternity leave, if you do, that the field will have transformed so much, you'll be antiquated overnight. Your work would be bottom shelved. So you see, not exactly sharing coffee in the faculty lounge on a daily basis, but we like that. No ties. We don't need ties. We have each other. So no coworkers will help with funds for him. We are Jewish. I think he was more spiritually in tune with Judaism than myself, so cremation is not permitted. And I want to respect his wishes. I don't want to talk about where he's being kept because I can't handle that image in my head of him being stored somewhere. I can't cope. He's okay. I'm already failing him by not burying him as quick as we are supposed to. Jewish law stipulates as soon as possible. Jewish law stipulates right away, the same day. Okay. But I think I'm doing the lesser of two evils because it needs to be in New York, because that is where we call home. But no, it ended up being in Italy because that's where he was from. This is so crazy. And he loves that city. We have a blast there, and our favorite memories belong to that city as much as they do to us. So I want to bring him home. He worked really hard to give me the home that I longed for. I found it hard having no hometown. I would say when we were dating in college that I found the holidays the hardest. All the students would go home, and I could never say or do that because I didn't have one. So he got me one, and we made it our home. And it is a home, ultimately, because he is there. And then every Hanukkah, every Christmas, Passover, we got to go home. So yes, I will be going home. Why, if they're Jewish, are they celebrating Christmas? Right? It's crazy. We got to go home. So yes, I will be going home. And it's not my home without him. So by hell or high water, and no matter how hard it will be, I'm bringing him home. I don't need money. We had no children until now. I'm not rolling in cash by any stretch, but we work like dogs to live where we live. We hate commuting. So wanted to be right in the thick of it so we could spend as much time together as possible. Leave home late, be home early. as we are, and we are okay. I don't want money. There are companies I've been told about that can take on all of the arrangements for me. That will do all the contacting of airlines and take care of everything aside a funeral, which I can't even say the word without bawling, but I'm covered. I don't have to do much there, and I can afford him, I can take care of him and want to. So let's get this out of the way and address the giant elephant in the room. Yes, I am an idiot, a great big giant idiot with an even bigger stupid bells on. I was in denial the entire pregnancy. I wanted to protect myself in case it did not materialize, just like all the other times we tried with surrogacy, adoption, IVF. Lots of years of getting our hopes up, and it turned to heartache, so I detached myself and did not engage with it, quite regrettably, and not very sensibly of me. I realize that now. Why didn't I read the damn baby book instead of laughing at the fact that I could no longer jump on a trampoline, because I did that daily, of course, or lament at the thought of no wine or fresh sushi for 9 months? How will I get through the conference socializing without? I just saw a long list of things I could no longer do and thought, okay, I got this pregnancy thing down, without considering that pregnancy can sometimes actually lead to an infant. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read What to Expect When. And that was the important part of the damn book to pay attention to. So yeah, color me stupid. I'll take that one on the chin, and believe me, I agree with you. Chris effing Watts was a better use of my time, it seems. So she keeps mentioning Chris Watts. But hey, I'll get there. I'll figure this stuff out. I know that babies don't bounce if you drop them, so it's best to carry them in something when walking around. I think that it's some solid advice. Credit Miss Trunchbull, McMeany Nurse 2019, and I'll use that as a baseline for my parenting decisions. I'm scared as hell, but I think every new parent would be, and I don't think I'll ever stop being scared for him, and I think that's normal too. I will always wonder how my husband would handle the situation and how he will do it better, probably. Truth is, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing or how I'm going to do it, but I'm a quick learner. I already love my little boy more than anything in the world. Well, on par with my fur baby, Elvis Priscilla Presley. On par with Elvis Priscilla Presley, her dog. I forgot her dog's name is Priscilla. A 10-year-old female Cocker Spaniel. Yes, Elvis. No, that dog's age changed. Now she says he's 10. I believe then he changed to 6. She is my firstborn. Alessandra will come to accept that in time, I'm sure. Oh, the baby's name was Alessandra. I am upset. I'm heartbroken. I will have ups and downs, and maybe right now I'm in complete denial. I miss him already. I'm heartbroken. He doesn't get to see who we made together. I'll never get over it or move on, and I will forget what I'm doing, and this struggle sometimes, I accept that, but I'll always put my son first over me. I don't know how, but I'm confident I can. This leads me to the next concern I saw. The services provided to me in the UK are stellar. I can't fault them. I have all the support I need in terms of arrangements, embassy passports, etc. Don't worry about me moving things. I won't be Huckleberry Finning in a burlap sack I won't be Huckleberry Finning it with a burlap sack back to the U.S. I'm a frequent traveler and have used many companies to ship things here, there, and everywhere. And know I can pay for crates on some airlines. I have time to get my head straight and arrange these things, and will be supported through that if the wheels fall off the bus. Thanks so much for the advice that I've stumbled across from you and when I've managed to read the comments. When I say I don't know what I'm doing, it isn't truthful or accurate. I mean, my head is too overwhelmed with too many emotions. I can't control or experience properly yet. So I forget what I'm doing or don't pay attention to what is being told to me. As stupid as I've been, I consider myself to be quite sharp. So I have faith I will get there. We will have been married 20 years this week. He got my adult years, the best part of my life. My son will have my future. I'll accept that one day. All I know is as hard as this is, as it is, and as hard as it is to put one foot in front of the other. And let's face it, even if it's hard to find my feet right now at all, mainly because I haven't seen them in a few months. Huge. I know that I have to find my way. I have no choice now. AJ depends on me. I just don't know what is going to happen, but I know that he is loved and will always be loved. And right now, I hope that's enough to get us through. The Ramblers have been amazing. I really don't know what I would have done. What a lovely community. You have been an asset, a rock, and a friend, and I will never know how to thank you. Words are crap, and when I'm on form, I'm usually quite articulate, but I can't articulate my way around this one at all. Blown away, grateful, you're a lifesaver, and I mean that literally, not flippantly. Thank you, and I'm sorry, I'm shit. I'm also a sailor, all the time now, apparently. Lots of love from Genevieve and AJ, Elvis too, XXX. Okay, now let me see here. I think she had another one. I'm trying to get her, put her email in here. Okay, there we go. Hold on. I'm probably going to find her first email this way. Let me see here. Okay, yep. Here's her first email to me. It was March 22nd, 2019. Hi there. I've spoken a couple of times in your live chats after just being a silent spectator for a while. I just wanted you to know, off record, that my line of work is as a scholar, academic in a criminal case. I just want to reach out and say, please do get in touch. If there is any information you want me to try to get that I'm able to. I'm sometimes granted access to certain things that aren't readily available. Of course, that is all off the record. I enjoy your chat. It's really helpful to look at how people see some of these cases. Now, here's the YouTuber that I was talking about. It was Michelle Hobson. She goes, Michelle Hobson. My comments were getting lost, but I looked into that briefly yesterday, and from the Arizona Department for Child Protection released a statement about these adoptions saying that they do trust their systems, but these things happen. All adoption records are closed, but I've requested access via work. What a liar. So I will hopefully verify soon. She adopted via foster to adoption. In Arizona, this is apparently a very quick and relatively simple process because all of the home visits and checks have been done as a foster care. And they just carry those over. And once the adoption is final, then they no longer are involved. So that is quite unique to Arizona, this process. And the usual upper age limit is 50 to adopt. So what I think is odd, I found she has changed her name a lot of times, and some name changes reveal either she has been divorced a lot, not a good candidate for adoption, or subtle name changes of spelling, which signal she is being dishonest. Yeah, I wonder who. I wonder how you know so much about that. Or trying to avoid something. I found she appeared in court at least twice, but it appears that's for bankruptcy, and quite many years ago. Her name seems to coincide with her moving as well. Names she is known under, her middle name is Lee, and she puts Michelle L. Hobson, Michelle L. Hobson Downs, Michelle Lee, Michelle Hackney, Michelle Downs, Michelle Valerio, spelling variants, Michelle, and then Michelle is spelled a different way, so she goes on. Court dates are 2004 and 2010. She comes from Reno, Nevada. It seems she's lived a few places in Nevada and Arizona, so to me it seems if the adoptions are real, she has done some dodgy avoidance things, which have meant they haven't done enough background checks, or they did the home visits so early on. Either way, with all my trouble with adoption, I'm determined to get to the bottom of this. Now, I'm as good as on maternity leave. I have some time to look into these side projects. Don't worry about replying. I'm sure you get a lot of bogus emails, so it's up to you. But reach out if you want. Take care and keep up the good work. Jay. Okay, and then she asked for the book club link, and then I was trying to get software, so she said, hi, I was just watching you. This is Jaybells. I think I can help you with your problem you're having. Let me know. There are a few options for live guest with OBS Broadcaster. I don't mind Skyping or WhatsApp. Calling to try to talk it through at a convenient time, or we can email and you can let me know the issue and I can see what needs to be done to make the live guest happen for you. Take care. And then she said, hi, I can call you. Let me know when a good time and your details. My schedule is very flexible today and tomorrow, so I'm free whenever. And then let me know. She went on and on about this OBS and Skype. And then she went on with sending me all the documents I can click about the Watts House auction and the house. So she sent me something about that because that was something we were covering at the time. And then she sent me this. This is about, she said, my research on familicide. It said, hi, it's Jaybells. I work in academia, and my research at the moment is familicide. I'm looking into risk factors and typologies because so few studies report population base rates of the investigated characteristics. So at the moment, it's difficult to draw conclusions on risk factors. I would like to call in to discuss how this case is unique in some instances, but it also fits the bill across most of the approximate 70 studies across approximately 20 countries that I have gathered my data from. I have also interviewed some offenders as well, but I would never be allowed to give out my exact data, as it's against the Academic Research Code of Ethics, as my participants are anonymous, but I can do broad brushstrokes. I would like to come on. I can also take questions perhaps, but mainly I wanted to discuss things like the cross-comparative common factors and also what, in my opinion, highlights the anomalies in this case. Thank you for your time, Jay. This is prior to her coming on that book video. Okay, let's see. And then she wrote me back and said, okay, great. I'll try to prepare a few things, something in advance. I'll call in when I'm next awake enough, and I tend to come into chat around 1 a.m. for you. Okay. And then she did something for YouTube, And then it was that one that she lost her husband. Okay. Let's see. Her next email. So many emails about her from people. Okay. I need to tell you this. That's the email that I told you that. Let's see here. That I just read to you prior to that. Flight details. Hi, you're supposed to tell someone when you fly to, right? Just in case. Here are the flight deets. I feel ridiculous telling you, but I'm actually a nervous flyer, even though I fly 20 times a year. And she gave me her itinerary that she was flying from British Airways, from Heathrow to JFK. And this was this fake trip that she took on June 9th, and I was going, and I mentioned this in the confession, I was going on a field trip with Luke's class to Fort Delaware, couldn't go there, but she was telling me this is going to be a trip. She had to come and get something for his burial. Okay. Let's see. Then she said, thanks for doing all this. I got the link for Slack and I'm signing up. There you go. I made it public. She said she wrote a song for Amber, and she put it in here. It ended up that this song was not written by Jaybells or anything. It was somebody else's song. Okay, and we did discuss that too in her confession. Let's see. I told her, wow, that you are so good. That's amazing. And you have a beautiful voice. I love it. She said, ha ha ha, you're far, far, far too polite. We'll make it better, I think, but we'll stick with the wording and melody since my brain issues. I've struggled to coordinate playing guitar and singing simultaneously, but a bit of practice. I had found out there was a Twitter thing about her having a brain tumor in the past. I had asked her, and she had said it was something, it was like a black cloud hanging over her and never knowing when it was going to come back, yada, yada, yada. Then she sent me hold on, these photos of Elvis, the dog, let's see here, okay, then adding a photo of to jump on the pet bandwagon, all right, I think the baby already died by this time. Buckingham Palace. So she sent me photos of Buckingham Palace. And one more. Okay, and then see what else we got sent to us. Buckingham Palace. A very boring airport video. A very boring clip, but there was nothing attached there. This was when she was going to Italy, I think, for the funeral. Let me see, because I know she... She sent me things. There were text messages she sent me, like the baby's picture was sent. This is why I don't bake. This was something she told me. This is why she doesn't bake. And it was this picture. And then that picture. Let's see. She's an amazing creamy lemon pie, then moved it to cool down, then bam, floor pie. Let's see. Okay. Okay, now here's something. When that person with the 3 initials was leaving me the death threats and I had the FBI agent, now remember Jaybells said she was in the witness protection program, and she was in it was not even the witness protection program. She was a protected citizen. She had to be very private because her family, her father tried to kill her whole family. By this time, she had told me that she was born in Ypsilanti, Michigan. She was a Hasidic Jew, which is a very Orthodox sect of Jewish people. They have their own police force. They have their own ambulance, etc. She said to me that her father was abusive to her whole family. She had a twin sister, and which is odd because she only mentions the twin sister now. In a Hasidic family, they literally have a baby a year. So while she would be in first grade, her mother would have multiple children, not just one set of twins. So that was a little bit odd. But she said that, she was really sick the one day and she went to school even though she had vomited, and she should have stayed home. And she always second guessed whether she should have stayed home or not. When she got home, her father shot them all and then himself. But he only got her in the kidney. She played dead. She lost the kidney. She was then tried to be rehomed with several other Hasidic families. She wouldn't let them touch her, so they brought her to the Poughkeepsie, New York Children's Home, where she grew up, she said. And she had such an affinity for this Poughkeepsie Children's Home that she made donations to it yearly, and that is where she had this Sasha doll, which she said someone pinched, meaning someone stole, that was in this home. And that will come into play when she gets diagnosed with her brain tumor. That's the only thing she could think of. So, of course, I went out and bought that doll, which was very expensive, very hard to find, had it shipped to me, washed all of its clothes. It was like still in very good condition, but I thought she's going through chemo, I want everything clean, and then paid way over $100 to have it shipped to her in the UK, and it was all just a fantasy. So apparently when this person was making threats on me, I said, last week I sent him the threats that she posted, and she said something that she was reporting me for soliciting funds. I thought she was crazy. She apparently told them I did this. He called today to ask me more about the threats, and then he asked about the funds, and I explained exactly what we did and why, and that we had an online baby shower, and he can find the video where we shopped. That since I had an Amazon account and I was your friend, I told him we met through the channel, became very close, and that I was your family next of kin, and explained we shopped. I bought the stuff, and then I ordered it and had it sent to you. At the end with the surplus, I explained I wrote an email to everyone that donated, and we decided to send it through a gift card. I told him that was a PayPal account I had, that no other funds prior, and we only had funds in there that the viewers sent to us. I explained that everything is totally on the up and up, and I can show the balance, what we bought, all the receipts, and the balance that was sent over to you. He asked for your phone number, so if he calls, I want you to know what I already told them. Thanks and don't worry. He asked me who Jaybells was. I told him you do not work for the FBI, and that I never had you run background checks for me. You have nothing to be scared of. Just let them know you did not work for the FBI. Because that person was saying that she worked for the FBI. Okay. And she says, OMG, is this serious? Then she said to me, she said she made this for my 1,000th video on YouTube. Shoot. This one, she says she drew this. This was supposed to be me sleuthing. This was me, Jimmy, Ethan, Luke. This is power washing turtle, pineapple, ice cream cake. This was Zoe at the time. Donkeys, hit the likes. She said she made that, and she actually sent me the hard copy of it. She said, thank you for all your hard work. What an achievement, lady. Okay, then what has she sent me? This. Cadbury pineapple. Oh, she was sending me a picture of that. Okay, so let me just see if there's anything. Okay, so now let's go back to the videos of her. So, this was a video when she came over here. Here she is right here.
Their chocolate on the back. You binge watched The Pharmacist? I saw that. I just saw that today. Hey, Lisa, how are you? What else? And so we'll probably go up. So just a little bit of cab set. He's getting all of that here a lot and hear back. So I'm. Jay, you want to say hi? Just say hi. They wanted to say hi. Just sit, wave your hand. Do they know you're here? There she is. She's groggy, but you know she's here. She's probably, thanks for that, Carolyn.
Okay. And then when she was up here on that excursion, one of her lies was that she stayed at the Pines Resort, and that was when her family was together, and it was a great time, and the Pines Resort, and yada, 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 yada. Well, in the confession, she says, oh, like she used to sleep with that brochure, and yes, it wasn't real, but it was minus 19 degrees. I didn't have gloves on. My hands literally, for the first time, got frostbite, and when they came, the feeling came back into them in the car, it was about 15 minutes of excruciating pain like I've never felt before. But this was all about, her going to this place, which was this defunct resort, which literally we had to ride around and around and around. We thought we couldn't find it, but we're thinking this woman is dying, because she then said she had this astrocytoma brain tumor, and it was inoperable, or she was going through treatment at the Macmillan Cancer Center in the UK, and she came to stay with me, so we thought, okay, she's like, what's going on with her? But this is the Pines. This is where she said that, her family went. She told me this like well ahead of time. This is what it looked like in its heyday. But come on.
New York, and that's in the Catskill Mountains, and it was formerly known as the Borscht Belt, where all of these resorts like Kutcher's and Brown's and the Grossingers and the Nevele all stood, and in their heyday they were something else for families that came to vacation during the summer. And we went back to visit one, which was the Pines, and it's totally been abandoned and just trashed. So you're going to see that pool area right there is totally different now. So let's take a look
That's
at
the
what
pool
this
area that
resort looks
she's
like
on
today.
Okay.
And here we go.
What does it feel like to step into the Athens tube? Kinda like, revolution.
Oh,
There she is.
The reference of the pink ceiling.
Really?
Oh, she's telling me how she remembers things. This she used to be
This
here.
is
there.
also the day that I thought I would lose my hands, or at least my fingertips.
Beach lounger.
It was so freezing that when I got in the car, I've never experienced anything like that. The pain, because I didn't put my gloves on
Victoria,
until,
how are you?
we were about a swimming pool area. So, it was freezing. I mean, like 0 degrees when we did this.
My murder pros.
What? Jimmy, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Shuffleboard. Careful. Be careful. Be careful.
There's ice on that side to go down, but this side's no ice. What?
It's fine.
Now, I'm thinking she has a brain tumor. She's been having seizures.
Did you go on that when you were little?
Right, but she had no problem.
Was
going
it
on
over
that.
the pool?
I'll bring my phone.
Careful,
Did you go on that when you were little?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm good. Just realized I'm higher than the ground.
Where?
Okay, this is the Pines. Spent time when she was a little one here. Looks like the maintenance hasn't been here in a while, as you guys can see. And there's a cool bridge right there. Yeah.
It wasn't in this one, yeah.
That bridge, or that was finally
No,
putting
just that.
gloves on?
Oh,
So, okay, and you
Can-
used to be able to walk over there like that?
You allowed to climb on that bridge and dive in the water?
Well, yeah, but when they weren't looking,
When they
Yeah,
weren't
okay.
looking, she said.
All
So
right.
she
I
really
would
was
never do it.
there.
I was too scared. I would never.
Okay.
I see
I would have been doing
aliens.
games off that thing. Yeah, this looks like a chimney thing over there. That white there, like almost like a tower.
They make YouTube videos about these bands.
Yeah, people probably live here right now.
Probably are. They're nice.
I know. They're saying wait till they get closer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch some.
Lounges.
Yeah. Look, something that says blood in there, isn't it? What does that say in there? Something House of Blood?
House of Blood.
Oh, good.
No, House of Bud.
House of
House of Bood.
House of Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha. What is Buddha?
That Chinese.
Okay. Buddha, that's all the way you spell it. Let's go, guys. Come on. Ethan and Luke. Kimasabi. Babalubi. Let's go. Ethan.
I mean, it's crazy. It's like one day it just closed down and all the stuff is still.
Yeah, she didn't even know anything about it. She didn't know anything about this. Shuffleboard? Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Where are we going now?
What's the other one at? Oh, they're over there. They are right there.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Huh. Where did it break off of?
Hey, look, there's a lounge chair. Look,
Oh, yeah.
one of those old lounge
Hey, don't go over there, Luke. Do not go.
electrical.
Right there. Right there.
But don't go over this way.
Where? Where's the
Right there.
Right there. Wooden thing.
Stay over there, Luke.
Let's go. Come on.
At the electric. Don't go over by the electric guys.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Look at that thick glass that was in the windows at one time. Wonder how they could possibly break them out. They had to shoot them out or something. Like 3/8 inch.
Get another lounge.
Oh, yeah.
Fix that up. Take it.
Absolutely.
Fix that up, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
So you can put them on.
Oh, yeah. It's nice. Hey, we play base. This is a baseball field right here, honey. See it? Baseball field? See the backstop? Ethan, look. Baseball field. See it? See the fence right there? Ethan, look. See it? Baseball field. This right here? Yeah, we're not going in there.
Don't go in there.
Yeah, I know. What if the ceiling caves in? It'd be just our luck. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the room up. And like sometimes it's
What? Lisa Hobbs, it was Ray. It's Ray. It's Ray that
Oh,
passed
wow, that is a
away.
nice painting. Yeah. Looks like something came out of SpongeBob.
all the there
Hey, this little chair. What is that thing?
Hey.
That.
Look, Lisa, what is that? Put it down.
What is that thing right there? Look, honey. That thing right there, what is that? That thing, like with a handle on it, it's got the things you put in it. What is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that a chair?
Jimmy, come on. Don't worry about it, Jimmy.
Honey, I don't want that.
No, Jimmy.
I know, I'm not going in. If I had the kids here with me, I wouldn't do stuff that I'm not gonna tell that I wouldn't want them to do. I'm not gonna do it.
This in there.
I know, I'm not going there. Could be putting the stuff in there, right? You're talking about.
Yeah.
I can straighten them right out. Yeah. That tire right there, it's something on it, honey. There's a garden hose over there. A sign? Is that a sign? What is that thing? Yeah, no, that's something else. That's not a sign. That's something else.
This whole place burnt,
Yeah.
about last
metal detector.
2 months ago. Burnt like crazy. I'm sure they did.
Probably go swimming right there. It's summertime, right, Ethan? Right
Oh,
there.
Michael's okay.
Jump
Gotcha.
in, take a little
gotcha.
dip.
Yes,
Huh?
I'm sorry. I just did.
Okay.
Michael, yes.
So we're walking
Hodgkin's
away.
lymphoma.
Probably really bright with the sun, honey. Probably, There it is. Look, you guys should turn around and see it from here. Alright? Yeah. Honey, your hands gotta be, oh, you got your gloves on, okay. Ethan, that might go down 100 feet.
Oh.
You don't know what's in here. Okay, hold up first here. I'll grab a hold. Let's go. I think she got good shoes. I think your shoes seem like they're pretty good and good
Yeah.
for slipping, right? They cold yet?
No.
No, oh, you good. Let's go, okay.
They're not cold.
Yeah. No, I don't mind. Luke, you got your boots on? Let's go. Come on. Hey, Ethan and Lou. Come on. Right now. Ethan. Let's go. You're not going to get your shoes all wet trying to break stuff. Come on.
No, it's no way. It's just way.
I know. Let's not do it then. If there's no way, then don't do it. Well, you found it. So I think YouTube, when we were looking at it, had everything turned around the other way. You know that? And they had north going up.
Oh, okay.
No, couldn't be. North had been going down because if it's wait a minute, if it's north was going
yes,
up.
I know when.
Yeah, they had north going up, and that's why it had me on the other side of the road. And we were looking on the
I
opposite.
think we drove into this from the bottom.
I
From
don't know.
that bottom road. And then
Well, it said we had Laurel Road, right?
Like
we had Laurel
normally.
Road, and then it said it
Back
circled
in the
around
day.
like I'm gonna look back on it. We have it on at home on my computer, and so the only way this could be the way this way is that it was turnaround, flip it upside down.
Oh,
which
right.
would make-
Yes, Lisa, I get you.
We're heading that. It would've been
understand,
north,
Lisa.
Going up. I don't know what the heck. honey.
It's lit.
Okay, so that. So yeah, so that was one of the places we went to when she was here. Then we went out to eat after that. She stayed here. She stayed here for I think 2 weeks. She went home with many things. We paid for everything for her. Got her lots of gifts. Luke gave her this monkey that was really special to him because he thought, you know, like she was dying and all of this stuff, and it was all fake. All fake. She faked seizures when she was here. She would do things like on Zooms where she would have... Why can't I get rid of this video here? Where she would have seizures on a Zoom and be like writhing on the floor and be like, oh my gosh, and have people stay with her, but she would do things like this. Okay, let's just say that this is a yogurt, okay, and this is a spoon. So she'd be on a Zoom and she'd say, okay, I'd say, did you eat anything? No. Okay, why don't you get a yogurt and eat? Okay. And I'd be like, what's going on? It won't let me in. It won't let me in. And I'd be like, Jaybells, you have to open the lid. It won't let me in. And then she'd go, oh my gosh, open the lid. That's right. Okay, you know, she coughed up blood on live streams. I asked her how she did that. She had seizures on live streams. She did other things at the house, like she would have a fake seizure, and then she would come out, and I'd say, "Are you okay?" And she'd say, "Yeah." And she'd be standing. Okay, so there were two couches, right? So I'd be sitting down doing something. She's in front of the other couch, but she's standing up. And I go, what's the matter? And she goes, I don't know. I can't remember how to sit down. So I said, you have to bend your knees. Can you show me? So I would literally have to get up and show her how to sit down. She did things that were absolutely cruel, where when she was diagnosed with this fake brain tumor, she made me go on a Zoom and tell other moderators about this diagnosis. She made me look up clinical trials, spend hours and hours looking up clinical trials for her. But there was always something wrong with the clinical trials, always something wrong with them. She wanted to look at homes. She wanted to move up this way. She said that Alessandro and her had bought a house upstate, which she had to cancel. When she was here, she went through this big thing because her apartment in New York, she had a Mercedes that was her husband's that was in this parking garage accruing all of these payments, fees. And we had to go through and do that. That was all fake. She would have conversations with people while she was here about cases. She said that she got this job to interview Chris Watts, not only interview him, to do like a study on him. And she needed someone to be with her who would help her transcribe her notes every night and help her do things. And she wanted me to go with her to do this. That was supposed to be for like March or something. It was crazy. Like she kept thinking like all this stuff would make me, her more endearing to me, right? What are the other things that she did? Her condition constantly got worse. She would ask us things like, oh my gosh, I think I have vascular dementia. Would you and Jimmy go on a video call with the doctors? And then, of course, you'd say yes. And then she'd say, okay. But then something would happen. She created a narrative to have a pregnancy, which she did, which I'm sure she was going to tell me was Ray's baby. Because when she went to tell me about the pregnancy, she had been here till February something. It was May. Ray passed. A few weeks later, she said, Carolyn. Now, mind you, I'm mourning my son who died a few weeks before this. And she goes, I have something to tell you, and I think it's a sign from Ray. Now, why would this be a sign from Ray? She, I think, chickened out at the last minute and decided to make it a colleague's baby. So she had me going through the whole thing of pregnancy, and she's finally getting excited. And then, of course, she loses this baby, another loss. Meanwhile, I'm suffering a real loss. She's on her third fake loss. When she lost the baby, and she went to the first psychiatric unit, and she used a dog walker and correspondence with this dog walker, B, to pump up who she was. So this dog walker said she was Beatrice, and this was her, she was a PhD candidate under Dr. Bennett, and Dr. Bennett is wonderful, and she takes care of Elvis, and every operation that Genevieve went in, I would speak with the dog walker, the PhD student. So it was all arranged. There was other people bolstering it, but she said she needed to know how the baby died, and she couldn't handle it. So she was going to have this nurse give me every detail of how this baby died, and I can write it down in a notebook so that she can read it at a later time. And remember how they say like that people with fictitious disorder and Munchausen's by proxy and Munchausen's, they seem to speak with glee about medical things and whatnot. Well, she was using some kind of a voice changer, whatever it was, to become this nurse that gave me all of these details about even seepage of the baby's brain through his skull. I mean, horrific things she made me write down. Horrendous. I had thought that when we did the confession and she saw Ethan or Luke, that she would have some kind of a, she'd be so sad. And when I saw that, that's when I knew she was a complete psychopath. She had no real emotions, nothing. How I found out about this is on December 23rd, going into my first Christmas without my son. I got a call from a text from a professor, Sean Hawthorne, and she said, I have to tell you about Jaybells. She is not who she thinks she is. Now, Sean knew this is the problem, and Sean took her back, gave her another chance, and then found out she was doing things again, and she hired somebody from Reddit because Jaybells was supposed to be having a medical procedure. She hired someone from Reddit to ring her doorbell and take a video on a day she was telling Sean that she was in the hospital. She confronted her. She said, if you don't tell all these people in the United States that you have fooled by such and such a date, plus she had taken about $40,000 from this professor, and she was going to give her a year to pay it back. Well, then we ended up going onto a Zoom with about 12 people from the University of London who believed all kinds of things, and everybody's story was different. And then there was the colleague that she was supposedly pregnant from over there. But slowly but surely, they started going back in. I was filing FBI IC3 forums for for everything to get her. I wanted her arrested. I wanted her punished for this. And the people in the UK dropped that ball. Okay? Sean Hawthorne, the professor, dropped it once, gave her another chance, and then said she was going to give her a year to pay back the money. And you can ask Scooter. We were in a WhatsApp group with all these people that said they were filing their police reports, and suddenly they started to drop out of the group. And I said, what the heck is going on? And the professor told me at first, she goes, oh, Freddie, this was another one, it's a woman, started to feel sorry for her again. And I think the majority of them felt sorry for her again and did not, this is what allegedly, this is what I think, because nothing was followed up with the FBI. Nothing. And I think it's because they did not push it in the UK. Okay? And I'm so angry about that because this woman deserved to be accountable for this. You've thought that too, right? What is good to say? It wasn't one American White Angel. It was about 12 PhDs at the University of London. It was multiple people here, even a behavioral analyst over here in the United States that was fooled by Jaybells. Many people that had met her in person as well. You were helping Jaybells with her fake grief. Yeah, so she would make me, she would pretend that she'd come back and she'd go, oh, I had an MRI today. I'm wondering if it's going to hurt the baby. I'd say, what baby? What are you talking about? Don't you know? And I'd have to tell her again that she wasn't pregnant. She lost the baby. She would tell me that she didn't remember her husband died. Where is he, Carolyn? Why isn't he answering my calls? So I would go through this. This happened 3 or 4 times a month. She would have fake strokes on the phone with Jimmy and I and go like this. Well, like, can you make a fist? Yeah. You're not making a fist. Yes, I am. No, you're not. You really need to go to the hospital. No, look, I'm making the fist. Look, can't you see it? Okay. She did things where her legs didn't work anymore. Where her father was essaying her at the end of the bed. She was screaming, calling me, screaming, he's at the end of my bed, he's at the end of my bed, don't let him hurt me. The emotional trauma she put me through was unbelievable. And I am trying to cope losing my son and she was giving me a nervous breakdown. She had to have private Zooms to do crafts and things. And then I still had to go on and do a whole nother live. But I thought, okay, Carolyn, you know, that she's not very healthy. She's not doing well, you know, and I'd give myself a guilt trip and I'd do it. And then I'd go on and do an entire live. And then after I got off the live, she was calling me and I'd get 1 hour of sleep a night. And I was having a nervous breakdown. I was ready to have a nervous breakdown. And when I found out she was a fraud and she was a fake, there was something that lifted off of me, because I was getting so upset with how much time she was sucking from me and feeling bad about it. Because, oh my gosh, Carolyn, what's wrong? This is your friend and she may be dying. And you know, it's just, it's so ridiculous. And meanwhile, when my son died, she told everybody not to do anything for me. And she said that don't do anything because you will get bad press. This is what she said. You will get bad press. So we're going to do a memory book, is what she told the moderators in the channel. And that everybody was going to have these memories. And in the confession, she's reading these memories. I never got a memory book. I never got anybody's memories or testimonials or whatever they sent through. She never did that. It was cruel. It was beyond cruel. Beyond cruel. But she had to have everything done for her. Yet she told everyone not to do anything for me. Because of bad press. Ridiculous. Let's see here. Yes. Hold on 1 second. So after we found out who she was, she knew she was being recorded. She said, "Is this being recorded?" Yes, it is. And it was a confession. And I had asked her many things in that. So just let you see just a little bit of how she is, and she doesn't take
Cuts to
responsibility
Medicaid will threaten
for
access to care for our most vulnerable.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so sorry.
She did, even to my little kids, you know. I mean, just, I can't even tell. My daughter will just. You wanted the attention.
There was one time where she said, "No, you're lying to me," about a year ago. And I talked my way, and she said, and I can hear it now, and I wish she said, "I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Just tell me. I'm still here." And I think that was her. I think that was her offer of help then, and I didn't want it to end like that because I was scared I'd lose her. But I've lost everyone now.
Yeah.
Okay, I've lost everyone, and I do not, like, literally every person I know is gone. Now, gone.
But that's
a lie.
That's your own fault.
No,
lie.
no, I'm not. I know. I'm saying there's no one out there.
It's a lie.
So now, I need to go. I really want help. Please, will you help me with a protocol or number, please?
No, I can't be in this any longer.
No, I don't want you to be in it. Just tell me what to do. Can you tell?
No, I can't. I don't think I honestly don't think you.
Now, she spent time with that woman and her partner on a vacation as well. And they arranged a 40th birthday party for her, but she wasn't 40 years old. She was only 32 years old. She totally lied.
It's just everything is a lie. Everything about you is a lie.
Yeah.
Everything is about you is a lie.
Jaybells, did you send those emails saying I was a spy for Rabid Dog?
No, I didn't send any YouTube emails at all. I'm nothing to do with any of that YouTube stuff. Not at all. What I have done has been hurtful, but I didn't realize that I was being hurtful. I really wanted to help. I really wanted to be your friend. I wanted to. I was really trying to. I wanted to help you. I really did.
You know why I don't believe that? Because remember when you told me, I think it was with the Filipino girl, that what she had, that email was pretty written out, it was too much. I went back over your emails and something you wrote like immediately, and Lisa saw it.
What?
You saw the one I sent you, right, Lisa? The one where she had everything, you had it in bullet points, yet you're texting to Sean, and you're doing what you used to do when I thought you had a seizure. All of your words are together. There's
Oh yeah,
no
she used to do that. I forgot about
whatsoever.
that.
And you only did that to me when you had a seizure. How many times you made me explain to you that your husband and your baby died? How many times you said to me, I have to go for this test, will it hurt the baby? And I'd say, what baby? And you played that whole game up. You played the whole labor and delivery, like I said, up, and then forgot where your husband died. Because you, of course, you played that whole thing again. It was just trauma to put people through. Why did you have to keep forgetting they died?
I wasn't trying to.
Like to hear it again, and then, or I could see how terrible it was again. And
No, I think it was me.
Well, I know it's you. I'm trying to wonder why you did that over it.
Me making conversation or something.
Conversation?
Or it was.
Okay, we were talking, and you didn't have to say.
This was for
"Oh,
2
hurt the
years,
baby."
Lee. For
Or
2
where
years.
where is he? I'm so angry at him. Where is he?
There's
No, her hair is long. It's pulled back.
There's times, and I don't know if it's because I lie so much or whatever, and maybe because I forget them. I'm not sure, but there are times when I have blacked out.
Oh yeah. When you forget.
I have done,
You forget your fake.
and that's the thing.
Your fake
That's
family.
the weird thing.
Yeah, the weird thing she forgets.
I don't even remember
Her fake family.
how I came to be sitting in Sean's office one day, and then she took me to get some help with the university. But I remember getting lost. And I spent like a week and a half in hospital after that. And I remember getting lost. And that's the thing. She found me. But I wasn't. That's the thing. I wasn't. I was just. It was a busy courtyard. I think I was going between classes. And
I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. I have to take this phone.
But there's times when I black out.
So are you thinking you have multiple personalities or something?
Want zero transfer fees and great rates to Jamaica? Send your first online money transfer with MoneyGram.
I don't know. I don't, because everything I say sounds like a cop-out or an excuse. I just know I really need help. I really want help.
Well, I don't know what you're gonna have to do, but you've got a lot of people. A lot of people. It's just more than just the three of us.
I know, Lisa. Who do I call for the help?
How do I call for the help?
No, I just wondered if you had like a protocol or
I don't actually truly believe that that's what you want.
No, it is what I want.
It is. I don't think it. I think that's what I think you're saying. What you think everybody wants.
It's what I want. I want this to end. I want this to end. I do not want to hurt another person. And this is not a life, like you said. What you want from life, not this. So I do not want to be sat here having to do this periodically with different people.
Periodically, this is how much.
I do not want
that. I think you've probably been here.
I've said that. I've done it lots of times.
Yeah,
she's done it lots of times.
So why is this any different?
Because I am 34 years old, and I have got no way to support myself. I've got no life. I need to make steps.
She has a husband.
To change that.
Believe that or not.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
Her mother is a psychiatric nurse.
If you've been in this situation multiple times, why is that?
Because I thought I knew better. I thought, just don't do it again. Just don't do it again.
Her brother is worse than her. And her sister is a lovely person who spoke with us and told us about her.
I thought I was in control enough that it wouldn't happen.
We found her family.
I thought I was in control enough where it wouldn't happen, and I'm not. It's the end of the line. I do not want to do this.
This is who you are. This is who you are.
I do. Yes, but I want to get better, and if that means that's.
It's really sad because
if that means that's it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, she has a
if that means that I am under care for the rest of my life, then that's okay. At least I won't hurt anyone. I want to try. I really want to get to the bottom of this. I really, really, really do. I really, 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 really do.
Yeah.
I mean it. I mean it.
Yeah,
please.
I mean it. Keep repeating it.
I want
you really could be such a lovely person, the person that you present.
That's the sad reality, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
I really did. I fell in love with you. We all fell in love with you. Who you were, your personality, nothing else really mattered. It didn't matter. It's irrelevant, completely irrelevant. What you do, where you come from, none of that matters.
I know it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I know it's ridiculous. But you see, I don't want to. The way in my later life, the way I explained it away is because people ask you questions immediately. Where are you from? What do you parents do? Do you go home for Christmas? I don't want to explain all of that.
Why? Why not?
Yeah, I don't.
But see, that's what I mean. I couldn't articulate that for a long time. That's
you didn't articulate that, but you could have 15 different versions of the truth.
No, I mean, I couldn't.
She used to call me with this crap that her father abused her so badly, and she would call me and she would be crying and saying, I see him in the room, I see him in the room. She did that multiple times, and I would have to talk her down, and she would say, he's on the bed. Oh, please tell me he's not good. I mean, total traumatizing crap, and it was not true at all.
Articulate why I would lie about it. It's because I don't want to, like, it was kind of unconscious, or I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I do not want to do this anymore. I want help.
Yeah.
How many times have you asked other people for help? How many?
I haven't. I had the offer of help from the university with the teacher training. They put me through that. I took it. I did 6 weeks. That's it. That was kind of it. That was the start of it.
But you put Sean through hell for 5 years.
No, Sassy, that wasn't me that watched her sleep. That was the professor.
At any point in that 5 years that you
I actually think there was one time where she said, no, you're lying to me. About a year ago. And I talked my way, and she said, and I can hear it now, and I wish she said, I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. Just tell me. I'm still here. And I think that was her offer of help then, and I didn't want it to end like that because I was scared I'd lose her. But I've lost everyone now.
Yeah.
okay? I've lost everyone. And I do not, like literally every person I know is gone. Now, gone.
But that's
a lie.
That's your own fault.
No lie.
No, I'm not. I know. I'm saying there's no one out there.
It's a lie.
So now I need to go. I really want help. Please, will you help me with a protocol or number, please?
No, I can't be in this any longer.
No, I don't want you to be in it. Just tell me what to do. Can you tell?
No, I can't. I don't think I honestly don't think you want help. I honestly think you will carry on.
No,
I think we're not the last people in this thing. There will be.
I won't carry on. There's.
I think that there was a crisis. You said there was a crisis center.
Wait. I did look that up before. Yes, hold on.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brad Johnson, the Senior Director of Design here at Hasidic, and I'm here to talk to you about hands-free tech.
I think it's St. Pancras.
They were supposedly coming in the house and checking on you, remember?
No, but I was feeling that.
Let me wait and get you up at 6 a.m.
That time when I was so low and I
Oh yeah, she would
was
make us think that she
was the
took
time
her own
after this
life,
happened to
and we'd
Sean.
have to almost call for welfare
And,
checks on her.
I
And
wanted
then
that
at the last moment
I
when
wanted
she
that
would,
because I really was gonna.
she would
then I
she
knew
would
I
pretend she did something to herself too, and then be unreachable,
I
so that we would be flipping out.
I couldn't. I think it's St. Pancras Hospital. I did find it. Right. I'm going to record it. I'm going to go.
She wants to record her
Going to
therapy.
therapy doesn't really.
No, not therapy. I'm gonna go to the hospital.
The hospital.
But it's gonna be all sorts. I think therapy.
Yeah.
All sorts.
All sorts.
I don't know if I need drugs. I don't know if I'm psychotic or anything. I don't know what's going on. I'm not.
I really don't. I just can't believe this. And I just feel like, well, we've got to clean it up now. It's like it destroys other people's reputations. It destroys other people's credibility. It hurts other people that really need help, that really have situations. Now everybody's going to be distrustful. They're distrustful enough. It's just this, oh, you can't know real people on the internet. I told you the internet was this, the internet was this. They're all liars. They're all liars. That's all this has done, is hurt good people. That's all it's done, and that's all it will continue to do. And then when someone comes forward that really needs help, no one will give it to them because of these past experiences.
But
that's all it does. Hurts good people. That's all it does.
But
and
that's another thing that I don't. You're a really good person. You help me. Do not help other people because there's people. People aren't like me. People do lie, yes, but people aren't like me. Don't stop helping people. You're good at it, and don't.
No, it's not about me. It's you've taken you stripped my credibility away. You stripped so much stuff from me that I've worked so damn hard to build, and I'm damn angry. I am. I work at this all the time, and you came in here and lied to me. I'm talking to Genevieve. Thanks for that. My son dies. I have something, community that we built here, and you've got to come and knock it down. Thank you, Genevieve. I appreciate that. You're a really good person. You really are. Thank you. Lisa, I've got to go. I can't take dealing with her anymore tonight. I can't. I really can't. I'm going to end this. I don't know. Or I'll leave the meeting. I can make you a host if you want to stay.
No,
with me.
I mean, it's
No,
like,
I just told her I'm mad. I am really mad because I worked very hard. We all worked very hard to build this community. And what she has done is delivering a book that's going to stop people from getting help. It's going to make people skeptical. It's knocked us down. And I don't think you give a crap of what you did. I don't think you give a crap.
She doesn't.
You don't. You could care effing less about anyone. And I believe that's why you told people not to help me, and all the stuff you said that you were doing for me. Oh, I don't want that. It was so funny that you didn't want anybody to help me when my son died, or any kind of thing.
No, that wasn't
you
it.
didn't want me to have it.
No.
Liar.
People were saying things that you wanted cars. You had so much bad press.
Bad press? How would I get bad press?
You got it. That's what I'm saying. People were saying she's there making money. I really thought that was.
Oh my God. My son really did die. Okay? Your son didn't. My son did. I would get bad press. Please, Genevieve, I am so freaking done. I am so freaking done. You have taken a community that we've all worked so hard to build, and you have delivered a blow, and you don't give a damn. Everything was about you. I think it was all about you. You didn't want anyone to have anything but you. And anything anybody would do for me, then you had to get rid of that person or get rid of that thing. You had to take control of every project. What about that memory book that was going around and it ended with you? It always did, because you didn't care about anybody but you.
No,
No, you needed everybody so much. You you had to take everybody's last drop of energy.
When it first happened, you said instead of, you and Cass came on to me in that meeting, and you said, now, instead of doing flowers or anything from all of her mods, we're going to do this memory book.
Which I never got, which was never given to me.
I really wanted to do that.
You really
didn't want to do it. She didn't want me to have anything. She wouldn't even let flowers
and you even said, I know you
or a plant be bought for my son.
People don't care.
She stopped everyone from doing anything.
But what? Your own
She was so sick.
What?
Then she says the memory book, a memory book that you never had.
It just never got off the ground.
Never got off the ground, you liar.
I know, because you were working so hard at what?
Well, you didn't have to tell us all that. We could have at least done something on our own.
I said that.
No. And then when somebody wanted to do something, you said, don't have them do anything. That I would get bad press.
It wasn't.
No, it was. It was. Anything that took the attention off of you.
No, because I didn't want the attention on me. No, I didn't.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because when it came that my son died, and it was a real death, and you knew that, you wanted the attention back on you. And that's when you started having all of these things happening to you. How you started to go downhill so fast. And then the pregnancy, right? And then the miscarriage. And then the cancer getting worse. And you getting worse. And you being suicidal. It was all downhill.
I think I didn't realize that. I'm sorry.
And I think that all this advice you gave, you said, oh, don't do this, or don't do that, or don't do this. It wasn't in my best interest at all.
I really thought it was. I really thought it was.
Liar.
I really thought it was.
Okay.
And that's why I remember looking at something that Diane was doing with the GoFundMe, and it was just so easy to do. She put out a GoFundMe. It was so easy to do.
What? Diane? Who's Diane?
Diane, someone in her community, Nikki or someone, I think someone died in their family, and she was advertising a GoFundMe. And I remember looking at that, thinking that was so easy.
What the heck is she
to
even
do.
talking about?
No one's making a video about money. But people were making videos about you getting money for your son's death, and I really thought it was a bad idea. That's all. I thought it was a bad idea.
I'm really confused.
What was a bad idea?
Oh my.
GoFundMe, I thought, because people were making videos about her making money off Ray's death, and I thought...
But she never had a GoFundMe, ever.
No, I know, but people were talking about it in the car, and they were saying,
we know.
What's a GoFundMe to get a new car?
We tried to keep that away from her.
On with the super chats, and I just thought if someone was to advertise a GoFundMe, it would make it so bad for you, because that's what people were saying, and you didn't want to be accused of making money off his death. I really thought.
Oh, shut up, you moron!
Really thought. Not us. We were.
I know.
No, but it's just the way that you said it is, and then the thing that you used to say to me, oh, I won't be a Patreon because that won't be this. I won't support you that way. Or you said, hey, you know what? You did say it was a business, right, Carolyn? Right, Carolyn? Little digs you used to give me. You thought I didn't get them. I got them.
Digs?
I understood them. Oh, yeah, digs. Yeah. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That I said it was a business and this and that. And then you were trying to tell me, I told you I had too much on my shoulders, especially with you. And you're telling me that I can do all these Patreon special meetings and I can do this and I can do that.
I was trying to,
No, that's not what you were trying to do. You were trying to keep me monopolized on the phone. Yes, you are. That's what you were trying to do. That's all you were trying to do.
I wasn't. I was trying to.
No, it's like somebody tried to make your life easier. You can do all this stuff.
It was like it was just like putting a video out a day early for Patreons.
That's just like doing this. Just like doing that.
But I told you I wasn't concerned. I wasn't.
I know. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I said that that was a weak moment, and I just said something, and then.
Yeah. Sorry.
Off and off.
I was worried, and I really thought I was helping. I was just a hindrance and a time suck. I'm really sorry.
I really thought you were trying to help too.
I really was.
But now at this moment, I don't think you were. You're not genuine about anything. You're not genuine about anything at all. You really aren't.
What you've done to the Rambler community is just delivered a blow that's going to take so long to recover from, and it's going to hurt people that need help, because people are going to be so damn skeptical because of this charade for almost 2 years that you did, and they're going to say, why, Carolyn had this person in her house and she still didn't know. How can we ever trust anything Carolyn says? She's a terrible judge of character. Terrible.
No, I don't think that will happen. I think they'll understand that
it's not that you're a terrible judge of character. It's that you do trust more.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though you're from New York.
I normally don't. I normally look people up who they are, and I tried to look for everything up about her and could never find anything. And just kept saying, okay, well, this is a different circumstance. Nobody in their right mind would lie about brain cancer. Nobody would lie about their baby dying, their husband dying. Nobody would be that disgusting.
Right.
Lie about that. Disgusting. And wouldn't you feel, oh boy, I don't even understand how you can do that. I don't understand it. It's sick.
It is.
I don't think people will blame you for that, Carolyn. I really don't.
Well, they know that you have a good heart, Carolyn. You do.
Yeah, I honestly don't think you need to worry about that. I really don't.
You got emotionally involved in this.
We will have.
They sent me an email about you early on, about your Twitter accounts, and I approached you on that. They said they are, and I remember I said you had a brain tumor in 2015. What is that about? And I don't want to talk about it, just like you did tonight. You said, I don't want to talk about it. I said, what do you mean you don't want to talk about it? You said, oh, it's a black cloud hanging over my head. I never know when it will come back again. And then you made light, and I should have cut you loose right then and there. Because there was no baby and there was no husband.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
And that person, I should listen to that person. And I knew in the back of my mind there was something there, but I couldn't believe somebody would lie about their baby and their husband.
I'm not right. I'm not right.
And you've spent your whole day on this now too, Carolyn.
Yep, and I've got
Another day.
Tonight.
All of us have. This was my Boxing Day.
Sorry.
What?
All of us have. It's Christmas. We should be with our families and doing stuff, and we haven't been, have we, over the last couple of days?
No.
We haven't. I mean, Carolyn and I were messaging for a long time, weren't we? When we should have been celebrating Christmas.
How could you find off that? I was so damn angry because I have to go and tell people this now. And people are, it's Bella Mack is beside herself. She had mother cried and prayed for you. How could you do this?
It's disgusting.
She's sick over it. I mean, and
this is disgusting.
Nick threw up the other night. She was physically sick over the whole thing. Because this has never happened to either of us ever. We've never been in this. I don't think to any of us.
Because I'm not. It's not.
Thank you so much, Frilly.
No,
appreciate that.
Not normal.
It is. I'm sorry, but it's not normal.
I know.
Most people don't even want to call in sick to the office because they think something will, it's just something, or say one of their, and here you are, you're pretending you have brain cancer, pretending you have these horrid headaches from them, shaking in pain. What was that? Was that just to get tramadol when you were at my house? What was that about? That terrible pain. What about the bump in your spine? What was all of that about?
I do.
You do what?
I did need the painkillers. I did have a very bad headache.
You needed tramadol for a very bad headache?
Yeah, I need it. Yeah.
Paracetamol tends to do.
Yeah, no, I tried that. It didn't work. I had that with me. And
This is just who you are.
Yeah, Bucky,
You
it's
just gotta
hard.
face it. You guys
And
have
she
to face
said
it.
how many beautiful messages there were, but she has all the beautiful
no, because
messages.
then that means it keeps repeating. It can't.
But all you've done
It's not gonna stop, Jay.
It's all been lies. Everything. We've tried talking to you and tried to get you to, but you still lie.
You would come clean. You would say, "This is who I am. This is what I did," but
Yeah.
you're still perpetuating it. So,
You're just not interested in letting us and talking to us and telling us the truth. You just can't do it. I don't think you actually. Do you even know what the truth is anymore? Are you so encapsulated in all these lies that you don't actually know what reality is? I don't know.
I think I ran away from it for so long. I think I ran away from it for so long. I was born here.
You were born in
the UK.
You were born in this country, in
No, she's
England.
finally telling the truth.
In the UK.
Born in the UK.
Okay.
She wasn't born in Michigan.
Okay. So not Palestine,
Israel
not
or Palestine.
you were born here. Whereabouts in the UK?
Leeds.
No, she wasn't born in Leeds. She was born in
Oh my
North
God,
Yorkshire.
I knew it. I actually said you have a Leeds accent.
North
I knew it.
Yorkshire. She was born in North Yorkshire.
That's not
I hope
exactly where
someone
she was
recognizes
from.
her.
Where
I
are you
hope
from?
if she is scamming another
I don't know.
person,
You
she is
lies.
recognized.
She knows where they are.
My parents, my dad had bipolar,
Had
Dad had
bipolar.
and he would do disappearing acts all the time. It wasn't good to my mum. Those instances that happened.
Her mother
in my
is a
childhood happened
psychiatric
with my
nurse,
brother
Lorraine.
and my dad's best friend. They happened. How they didn't believe me, how they tried to, that all happened.
Yeah. Okay.
I do believe
Hello,
that
Mr.
you had some
Shanahan.
trauma in your childhood. I do believe that, because I can't think of any other reason why you would be this way. I do think something traumatic must have happened to you for you to be doing this. So I kind of believe that something happened in your life for you to be doing this.
There's a lot of people.
Half of my half of our like cousins, they moved to the States. My aunt and my uncle moved to the States.
It's not half of their cousins.
So you've lived in the States.
She actually has Mormon ties. Mormon, believe it or not. But she was hooked on being an Orthodox Jewish person. She was obsessed with it to there. You cannot even believe the degree. When we finally found her sister and we sat down and we spoke to her sister for, I don't know, hours and hours in a Zoom, her sister said she has always been a liar. She has started lying. It started taking on a life of its own by the time she was, I think, 12 to 15. And then she got this fixation with the Jewish religion. And there was something about a rabbi that she was either emailing. When she started this, they found emails of hers where she was fabricating all this stuff. And her mother is a psychiatric nurse. She could do no wrong. She has a brother that's worse than her, according to the sister, with the lying and all of this. So it's running in the family. And then there's a younger sister. There's a niece. Her sister said she's taken all bits and pieces of their lives. Some of the people, like that professor, she told she had 15 children that were either taken and sold into trafficking or that were died. And pictures that she showed to them, when I showed them to the sister, because the professor was never able to find her family. We found her family. Ramblers helped, we found the family. And she said that those were pictures of nieces and nephews and cousins and people that they knew. And she had taken a little bit from people. That's why she remembered these stories. And her sister is the one that had kidney problems. She made herself get shot in the kidney, remember? And she lost a kidney. So she took bits and pieces from their stories. And the other thing is, beyond that, what was I going to say about her, the sister? She is married to a guy named Joe. And there was an account of a name, by all names, Richard Allen, who deposited money every month into her account. She said he was a family member. And it's just, I am really, really angry that I do believe she's been allowed to get away with this because people that said they were all on the same page to press charges, I don't believe they went through with things that they needed to go through with, because I do not know how, if this professor reported the amount of money that was taken from her, that she would not be arrested. I think it's good you revisit this story. You could be saving. Yes, and I really hope somebody will recognize her, because I do not believe she stopped doing this. You know, there's a part in this confession where she says, what do you think? I'm going to go away from here and sit there grinning? Yes, she was. She said in this that this was the biggest group of people to date. We were, you know, so it's like she's leveling up. She's leveling up. And, you know, she's got to be continuing this. I know she is. I absolutely know she is continuing this. There is no way. She gets out this stuff and tries to show these. Watch, you'll see they have all Hebrew letters. It's all fake. It's completely fake. She tries to
added me for a week.
Fake.
The other time was done by my parents.
She was not.
And I was that other person for all those years.
Oh, who were you? That's what I'm saying. Who were you? You've had a lot of names.
I had that.
Oh no, I only had those 15 names.
I was about 4 years old. After that, it was Jamie.
She was still lying so bad here, so bad.
That's it. I haven't just gone and changed my name.
Why did you at all change your first name? Not just first name. My parents changed our last name before I was even born because the name was too long.
I know something about Americanizing it. I don't know. I don't know the reason behind it.
Amra wasn't Americanized?
Huh?
Tamara, wasn't that your name?
Yeah.
Tammy? That wasn't Americanized? Tammy?
I don't know, but the surname, that's all I know. I was 4 years old.
Oh, stop it. She's a liar. She's a liar.
You're just lying.
All I know about that time, I can't explain it. I've tried to explain things that...
Can't explain it because you're a liar.
Why should I explain things that I have no reason for? I was like 4 years old. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. I have no idea why.
You know what? I just feel like I'm wasting my time right now.
I have no idea why. I was like 4. And as far as I was concerned, I was basically Jamie my whole life. Until like 2016. I'll show you the name change.
Tammy.
I'll show you.
God. This is just.
I'll show you the year of the name change.
Your MySpace page has all these gangsters on it and people smoking out of bombs. Those don't seem like the kind of people that would be your people.
No, that was so strange.
Oh, that was so strange.
I had a profile picture.
We saw your profile.
It had something like a Rockaware hood, coat on in the background, and it was T.I. added me for a week on his top 8.
T.I.
T.I. added me for a week. I know, legitimately.
I don't know who that is.
All of that happened, and all these people started.
T.I.
I don't know. I hardly used it. I don't know.
What is T.I.? I don't
T.I.
know.
is a rapper or something.
Oh yeah.
T.I.?
T.I. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Well, it was big in like 2005 or whenever the heck it was, or 4.
And what is the significance of those numbers after your JOI? Because it's the same ones that are in your Gmail. What is the significance of those numbers?
The what? JOI.
No, after
She's
that.
thinking. She's thinking of a new lie.
Yeah.
The year I think it was the year I turned 18 in it.
1804.
2004. I turned 18 in 2004. I think that's just what I've had forever.
Let's have a think about it, Jay, just to get it right.
No, but I don't know. I've just used it forever, and I think that was the explanation. It's because I turned 18 in 04. I think that's why I set it up. I have had that. An 1804 has been what I've added to my email address since.
What about the JOI?
She was 18.
JOI.
That was your username, wasn't it? JOI.
JAI.
JAI?
Yeah.
Well, okay, what's the I?
Well, that's J. It's just a funky way to spell J.
Funky way to spell J.
Everyone called me J.
Everybody called her J. J the rapper.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh
dear, where did I put my license?
But she took out this Hebrew.
Hi, Lady Elaine.
What?
You still have.
Isn't that what she said? It said Jamie Wynn on there?
I've just gone and changed my name.
Why did you
at all?
Oh, there it is when she shows it. You know,
It's all fake. That's all fake. All that Hebrew writing, that's all fake. She was never Jewish. This is all freaking fake stuff that she's showing. All fake stuff. Nothing but fake stuff. Nothing but fake stuff. Hold on. Let me get through Okay. But it's all fake stuff. Nothing but fake stuff.
The resort, we vacationed at the resort. But
Oh, I asked you about the resort, yeah.
Well, the resort that I took her to, listen. Listen
had,
to
like,
this.
some job there or something. I don't know what job it was.
Liar. She's a liar.
No,
She's a
I don't
liar.
know what job
You've
it
got
was.
to stop. Just stop. Seriously, just. Do you understand? Do you not realise how you're sounding right now?
I do.
What you're saying is not. You're contradicting all over the place here.
I just need to.
It's not working. It's really not working.
Okay. We didn't go to the resort. It was just some place I always wanted to go.
She always wanted to go. There was a
Fine.
liar. She looked it up at the
truth. Is that the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, you always
It's
wanted
just
to go
somewhere I
there.
always wanted to
You
go.
didn't go
She's a
there.
liar.
Didn't go there. But I remember seeing the brochure.
Oh, stop it. Where'd you see the brochure, you liar?
Clung on to that.
It was not even a famous place.
I mean, I would have never known about the Pine is such a, like nobody would know about that.
It was a brochure. It was a brochure.
Stop
I was
it.
such a weird little kid. I'd
You're a
cling
weird
onto
little
these
She's a weird little
things.
kid, yeah.
I had a
a
dictionary
liar.
under my pillow because it had a silver spine, and that was like the book I liked. It was ridiculous. And then I had that thing, that brochure.
Yeah,
Always
right.
wanted
What
to
a
go there.
liar. She is such a freaking liar.
I'm sorry.
But what do you not understand that Carolyn went out of her way to take you to somewhere she really thought would be so important to you because of your childhood? It turns out now, nothing to you, nothing.
But it wasn't nothing. I
I
hadn't been there, but it was this this brochure that I've dreamt about.
But
It
ran
was
me down
like
to the
it was
wire.
like in a dream. I had mapped it out. I had planned everything.
Oh, you did not.
But it wasn't real. And you went and you told her all about how you went and had food in this place and you did this and you did that. It was all lies. It was
No, because I dreamt it all in my freaking head.
But she
Yeah.
took you. She took you there.
I know, it was
You
like, it was
thought that
literally like,
special.
it was, but I know it's warped, it's warped. It was very special to me because I'd always
No,
wanted
it
to
wasn't
go there. I'd always
It
wanted
wasn't.
to go there. I studied this brochure like mad when I was little.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
I
I did.
dreamt
I
of
don't
going
think you're
there.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying at all.
Then no,
I
for
think
the
that-
reasons
wow.
behind it, I'd never been there. It didn't have that nostalgia to it, but it did feel special.
Oh, shush.
It
But
did.
it wasn't real. That's what I'm saying. You made her think it was real.
Yeah.
Why did you wait
I
till
understand. I understand.
come until February? Because you were saying I'm going to come in August, I'm going to come in September, I'm going to come in October, I'm going to come for Thanksgiving, and then it just went until. Why did you wait till February? What was the significance of February?
I went to a workshop. I went to a workshop to speak.
Went to a workshop to speak?
Yeah.
When? The one day that you got there?
Yeah.
When is a thyroid
liar.
condition not fixable? Weight gain despite diet or exercise, sleep.
Liar.
You
Liar.
didn't arrive at that.
Because I
Liar.
yeah.
Workshop. To speak on what, liar?
Yeah. That was the reason I went, was to go to speak in a workshop.
Liar.
I didn't.
I think
didn't attend.
she said
I
that's
didn't-
not true.
I didn't
Didn't she?
attend. I didn't.
Why would you speak at a workshop when you were
That's what I want to know. Yeah,
you
I
had
want
a
to know that.
PhD?
No, I know. No, you do it in training. You do not. You ask Sean. PhD students go and speak at
Tell me what
conferences all the time.
What workshop was it?
I've got it in my bar here.
Yeah.
I didn't speak at it. I said I didn't speak. That's what I
No,
went.
you did. You actually just did.
I went to go to speak at a thing.
Yeah,
At the talk.
but I didn't
at
go.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, why?
But that was the reason for February. PhD students go and do that all the time.
Yeah, right.
I went to do that and I didn't go. I didn't attend.
So they had you on the agenda and you just didn't attend?
No, it was a weekly workshop
Weekly
that
workshop.
I proposed to
name of
die,
it?
work I was doing. He said, come along.
Yeah, come.
I went along, and then they were gonna, it was like an informal thing.
But wait, that was so important that that's what you based this
It's
whole
called
trip around, but you didn't go and do it.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't.
But based the entire trip around this and you didn't go and do it.
I know, because I chickened out of it.
You chickened out?
No, seriously.
No,
why
I do.
Seriously, why are we listening to this?
Oh no,
No, Jay, what?
I
Seriously,
have had things. Sean had me lined up to do a lecture. I didn't hand her over the stuff to do. I chickened out. I chicken out all the time.
Really? You chicken out all the time?
On my presentations, I chicken out. I make up some excuse.
Yeah, but you don't chicken out coming to the United States
I
with a
actually
complete
was forced
lie.
to them, and then I realized I don't have much confidence.
Oh, you don't have a you to liar.
You made her feel terrible. That I was late for the train to drop you off when we waited for that train outside. She said you made her feel terrible. That you said, I don't know, that you said.
Oh yeah, she
we
lied.
were arguing. That's why I was in
She lied to Sean. She says that she was having a fight with Sean in text, and she wanted to make Sean feel bad, so she told Sean that we almost missed the train, when the fact was I got her to the train so early we waited and waited and waited for that train. That's
the room for so long. We were fighting. I actually don't remember about what. And I was freaking out. I said, I'm gonna miss my train. I have to go. I did actually elaborate on that, and I did tell her that we were missing the trains. We were really fighting, and I kept saying I just need to pack my bag. I need to pack my bag because I haven't packed. But we were texting. I think we did call briefly, and then I hung up on her.
Why were you fighting with her?
I actually don't remember the reason why.
Oh yes, I know.
I don't remember. We fought a lot, but I don't remember the reason why. On this occasion. We would fight all the time. I don't remember the reason why, but I did lie. I hadn't packed. I was getting frantic.
I was getting frantic.
I just had to get her to let me pack. That was all.
Oh, stop it, liar!
You had to get her to let you pack.
As in, I had to get her to stop. I had to say.
What was she saying? I don't understand what.
I really can't remember what we were fighting about. We fought all the time over nothing. We fought all the time. Yes. Okay, so this is dated 2015. That's my first class degree.
Yeah, your first class degree, okay.
2015. Sure. I wanted that as an option, but because I didn't go back there, I didn't want to be known as that person because I didn't follow through with their program.
Yeah.
As in, I didn't go back to that program. I wanted to be able to have the option
to follow through with some program in school. They don't change their name.
No, because of why I got kicked off the course at the first time was because of the lying, and they said get help. The teacher training so I did my master's.
No, she didn't. Yeah. No, she didn't.
Right?
No, she
went
didn't.
back to do the I didn't finish my master's. Went back to do the teacher training that I deferred for the year after that. That's when I started the teacher training that I was lying and doing all the lying there.
Really, I feel really bad for you because I don't think you're able to tell the truth. I really don't.
No, I'm sorry, but I agree. I don't
think you are, and I think you're going to just have to face whatever comes. And I'm telling you, those people that were here today are going to. Things are initiated. So, whatever that comes of that, comes of that. Again, whatever comes of the Ramblers, I will. Have to see that through and have to let them know what has happened, and then whatever comes of that, the restitution for that, however that comes about.
Jaybells.
I mean, I can't turn a blind eye to that. Is already on the line because of this, because they're going to say, Carolyn, wow, this person even came and stayed with you, and you had no idea that she was lying to you.
I will pay that back.
Well, it's not.
I will pay that
to me. I mean, you could really go to prison for that. You understand, right? That is a law that you broke. I mean, that's not up to me. That's not.
Sorry about that,
I would
Victoria.
pay anyone back with that. I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to go.
Well, but it's not up to us.
I really want. I will prove to you
But
that I want to follow it through and help for the rest of my life. I will show you. I am pleading now. Please.
It's not up to me.
I will show you. I will see it through. And you know what? In those therapy sessions, if I haven't talked to you tonight or whatever, it will all come out there. I will record it. Whatever is needed.
Terrible.
But see, it's not up to me. It's not up to me.
Please.
It's not up to me. It's already been initiated. So, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. It's come to this.
I want to pay people back.
No, but why didn't you take action when Sean sent you that letter?
Why didn't I tell people? Because I broke down. That's what I was explaining. I completely broke down. I lost the plot.
But I think you just thought she wouldn't follow through.
No, I knew she would. I knew she would. I know her. Oh, I know her. I know her.
If you know her, you would have been scared to death. You wouldn't be texting me what happened because you would know what happened.
I knew what happened. I needed you to tell me because I wanted the opportunity.
No, you wanted to see how much I knew.
But what did you really tell us? You didn't really tell us anything. You didn't tell us anything that was true. Nothing.
I told you that I've lied.
We know you lied.
That's it.
Medicaid is important because it helps to save lives. Protect our care.
If every time you see an ad, you just wanna, you need to download Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that blocks ads on.
You're still hiding who you really are.
We didn't get any money back. We got nothing back,
Slam.
Slam.
You were in my house with my kids sleeping, and we were even making jokes about that, right? That you came from the internet and you were sleeping in our house and all of that, and we didn't know who the hell you were.
Still don't. Still don't know who you are.
No.
I don't think until now I registered. I registered that kind of feeling that you have there.
Feeling I have.
She registers it. Thank you.
I did.
Well, then who are you? Why won't you tell us?
Yes,
I've just shown you all the paperwork and I've told
you.
No,
those are two changed names. What is your real name? Who are you? Where are your parents?
I have no idea where they are.
She's a liar.
I have no freaking idea. I don't see them.
Her mother's a psychiatric nurse.
My dad disappeared a long
Psychiatric
time
nurse.
ago.
Her mother.
But you're Tammy? What was it?
Dombrowska?
No,
Tammy
no,
Dombrowska. That's all fake.
All fake.
They're all
It's
fake
pronounced Dombrowska.
Oh, it's like Dombrowska.
Oh.
Yes, she's
With the
very
accent
meticulous about the pronunciation of her fake
How do you
names.
spell it?
Like Dombrowska.
Rowska.
She used to say her name was Eliza.
Her husband and her mother.
D-O with an accent underneath.
And what was your first name?
Tamera.
Tamira.
Tamara. Yeah.
Tamara.
That's a weird way of spelling camera. It's usually with an A, not an E.
Well, that's what it was.
That's what it was.
That's
yeah.
how we pronounced it. I don't know.
What was your sister's name? Was it? You told me it was Isabella.
Yeah.
Is that really her name?
Yeah.
Isabella. And you were Tamara.
Oh, Dombrowska?
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. That's not true.
Then,
It's not true.
I can't.
That's not true, Jay. Come on now.
It's not
Come
true.
on now. Please.
I can't.
Wait,
my younger.
We deserve this, surely. We deserve. You've just said you're so sorry, and you're so, you're we deserve this, and you're just still lying. Please, Nat, come on now. Just tell us, because that is not true. That's not true. It's not.
I mean, if you think that people are
My younger sister is Victoria.
Oh, Victoria.
Victoria now.
My younger sister's Victoria.
And your older sister?
Kaylee.
These are quite strange names. That
It wasn't
sound
Kaylee.
like, I'm sorry. Hasidic Jews are not going to name their
It was
child
close to Kaylee, but it
I'm sorry,
wasn't
they're not
Kaylee.
going to.
Or Victoria.
We weren't when.
I know that they were Hasidic Jews only for a little bit, and then they stopped being that.
We're wasting our time, Carolyn.
No, you're not. You're just a.
Yes, we're wasting our time here. We absolutely are wasting our time.
You're not going to tell the truth. And you know what? I want to say something. If you're afraid to tell the truth because you think they won't be able to find you, you do understand through the PayPal account, they have your information. And through your university records, they have your information. And so the telling us your name or not telling us your real name is not going to make a bag of beans of difference. Even if you fled tonight, they can find you. So you know that, okay? Just telling you that. So if you're trying not to tell us your real name because you're afraid of persecution, it has nothing to do with it.
No, nothing like that. Okay. Nothing like that. I know they know because when the police were called to my house,
Right, it's already a fraud thing that Sean said. No, it wasn't because she didn't think so, but now she's changed that.
She's changed that. She's gonna,
Right, she's called in.
Yeah, but they knew because the people before that only knew me by my old name, so they know. I know they know how to get me because that's why I said to her, how do they know my new name? Mm-hmm. So I know. I'm not fleeing anywhere.
I'm literally in the middle of a bad Netflix movie right now. Literally.
That's her husband.
I feel like I'm watching one.
This is Mama. This is Mama. Here's her mother.
Yes, I did, Barb. I found out everything about her. Talked to her family and everything. I have videos where her niece came on here. I spoke to her sister. Her sister sent a gift to my son.
I just want to pay
sister, brother-in-law,
everyone
everybody.
desperately, not to avoid. But I want to understand this. I really need help. There's no way life can even go on if I don't get help.
Right. You're not going to get help. You're just going to go on and do it to somebody else.
There's not.
I have no idea. Every morning at 5 a.m., you're supposed to be going to get your radiation, and you talk to that. It's just everything is a lie. Everything about you is a lie.
Yeah.
Everything is about you is a lie.
Jaybells, did you send those emails saying I was a spy for Rabid Dog?
No, I didn't send any YouTube emails at all. I had nothing to do with any of that YouTube stuff. Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Okay, so that is a lot about her. Let me see. There is that was her husband. I don't know if it's still there. Let me see here. Her brother. There was an interesting post from her brother. That said something. Let me see here. The brother that they said is worse than she is with the lying. Let me see if I can find it. It was a post about family. And he said something about let me see. Trying to see, because he says something and to effect that the only person in his family that he speaks with is Jaybells, Jamie Gwynn. And I hope if anybody sees this and has been scammed by this woman, either in the past or currently, I would like you to get in contact with me. It's Carolyn at truecrimechat.org. And I'd appreciate it. Let me get something else so you can see something else. Hang on 1 second. Okay. Let me see if this is where...
What does it feel like to step into the Athens tube? Kinda like, revolutionary cage technology compressed.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay, here's when the professor came on here. And people lied and said she didn't know she was live on YouTube. Other people lied.
And you can look up Sean. She is a real...
She 100% knew she was live on YouTube. 100%. We even talked to the chat, and even her partner came into the chat.
Person, Sean Hawthorne, and you're at what university is it?
Cookies.
I'm announcing her right there.
And when you read what her degrees are and articles and that, very, very impressive.
I can't keep reading cookies.
We can't
Say
hear
hi
you.
to everyone. Say hello. Make everybody smile.
Sean, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Everybody smile.
A little bit, okay, but it sounds like it's delayed.
Thanks, Mona.
Hold on, I'll show them something. I'll show them.
Yeah, she supposedly didn't know she was live, according to someone on YouTube that tried to throw shade at us. Yeah, right. She knows 100% she's live.
Okay, here you guys. Here's the link to who this is, okay? Here's the link, you guys, if you want to see. Okay?
Make everyone smile. Say hi to everyone. Go ahead.
To know
Correct.
Working.
Okay. Good.
So I don't know if you just want to give a brief summary of how long you knew her and just for the people.
Okay.
Okay, this is she's going to talk about Jaybells.
Because it's just been so
I know,
much. I met her, I've now figured out, January
Let me
2006.
ask you, who do you think she's talking to? Okay? Because Bat said, oh, we did a terrible thing. She didn't know she was live. Who does she think she's talking to?
She's already spoken to us. We know who she is.
And she was a student, a master's student in my department. I didn't teach her at that point.
You got to really
I was
open your
assigned
eyes
to her as her
because,
personal advisor.
People
so
lie so much on this freaking platform. They lie so much, and people just accept it. Those people that lied upon us in the other channels, those hate channels, they lie every single day. And this is just one example of a lie. She didn't know she was live.
Came to me in that January telling me that her son had died, the baby had died over the Christmas break, that he'd been born in August and was premature, and that he had died. And so she was worried about her coursework, and I was very sympathetic. I think I shed a couple of tears because I too had lost a baby, and I just really felt for her. And really from then on, I began to support her. She also claimed at that point to be dissociative and to have PTSD. And I would see her dissociating. She would do this kind of thing with her fingers and her eyes would flicker. So I thought it was the case. I'd never really had any experience with it. Anyway, I began to get more and more involved with her, and this more story began to come out about how she'd been very abused by her family, by her husband. She was a Hasidic Jew, as far as I knew. She lived in a place in London where a lot of Hasidic Jews live. And she would always claim to be triggered by them. So she would go into these dissociative states whenever she would see them, which of course was all the time. And then, I began to speak to her doctors on the phone, a Scottish doctor called Jenny and her husband Ben, both doctors. She began to have all of these kind of health crises. And so one time I flew over to London to care for her. It was, I think, in the summer of that year. So it must have been summer of 2016. And I was just tidying up her apartment and sorting through her rubbish for recycling. And in this bag, I found these receipts that had, I think, her signature on. I can't really remember if it was that or not, but it was on a date when I thought that she was in hospital having surgery. So I just kept it to myself. I stayed for the rest of the week looking after her. I told my family what I had discovered, and I got on the plane. And then when I was traveling home, I live in Italy. When I was traveling home, I just messaged the doctor, who I thought was the doctor, a different phone number, Ben, because by then Jenny, his wife, had committed suicide. So Genevieve had a habit of killing off people who I feel ridiculous about. I came really close to these people. I was really fond of them. I was really horrified when this happened to Jenny. And then I sent an email. Then a message to this Ben, who I said, I've discovered some very serious lies. And he wrote back saying, can you please tell me what these are? I really need to know. And I was like, no, when I get home, let's get on the phone and I'll tell you. Anyway, I then, of course, realized that Ben must be Genevieve. And so I wrote to Genevieve saying, I know you've been lying. You're also Ben, aren't you? And she said, yes. So I cut off contact with her at that point. A few months later, it must have been in the winter of that year, maybe in the beginning of the next year, she got back in touch, very apologetic, said she'd been going through therapy to really try and understand why she had done what she'd done. I arranged to meet her in London when I was flying in for work, just to talk it all through. And at that point, she told me that she had had a brain tumor and that it had been removed, that was really the cause of all her lying. That what she had told me was actually true, but that it hadn't happened when I thought it was happening, which was simultaneously with the time that I knew her, rather that it had happened in the past. And that she had also just been diagnosed with a new brain tumor and that it was terminal, that they had given her about 1.5 years to live. So I began supporting her again, fool that I am. And it became completely overwhelming. It has overwhelmed my life for just years, and just, since then really got more and more complicated. The police, she began to tell me that she'd gone to the police and reported all of the things that had happened to her, i.e. that she had been basically used as a prostitute by her family, that she had been sexually abused as a child by many different people, by her brother, by her father, by other Jewish men, by men that were politicians and so on, and that she had had many children that had all been taken away from her for the purposes of trafficking these children. In the meantime, we got her onto a trial, so I thought, for this cancer with a clinic in Switzerland, in Lucerne. I think it was Lucerne. And I began to talk to the doctors there, and we began to tell them the story of what had happened to her, and they got, I thought, more and more involved. And then I also began to communicate a lot with the police. I used to sit Genevieve down, and we used to record her memories of her abuse, which were apparently all flooding back at this point. She was claiming that she'd had a complete memory block on all of these. And so I began to be regularly in contact with the police and with these doctors, sometimes by phone. I was talking to a doctor with a very high-pitched, squeaky voice with a very, very thick French accent. It was difficult to understand her. I talked to Richard Allen, who was the policeman, I thought, who was in charge of her case. The phone calls were always quite difficult to understand, difficult to hear. And I commented on this a couple of times, and they said, oh, well, for security purposes, we're using a voice decoder or something like that. So there's always an answer to every kind of question that I asked. It was very fluent, very, straightforward. So anyway, I then got her back to the university where I work to complete her MA. To get onto a PhD program. I was going to supervise her. She said it was her dying wish that she wanted to do this PhD. So I was like, of course, I'll help you. So I got her on, but then because she hadn't completed her master's program, she was no longer allowed to carry on with the PhD. So then I got her on to an MA program that I convened. She didn't finish that, but in the meantime, she managed to get back on the PhD program. And then she had done no work. Every time work was due, she would suddenly have a major health crisis. She was constantly having seizures by this point. In the last year, she's had a real kind of so-called personality change, which I kept being told by the doctors would happen. Really aggressive, constantly on at me, really kind of screaming and shouting a lot. And I kept being told off for having any reaction to this. I was told to be nothing but gentle and loving with her. I kept being, just made to feel like I was a really bad person for not going to London every time she had a crisis. This is when I'm also trying to do my job, which is very intense, very long hours job. I have a son who's also had a lot of difficulties lately. And I just felt like I couldn't give everything the attention that it needed. My partner had gotten incredibly angry with me, really kind of saw through her and kept trying to tell me that she was lying, and I just couldn't see it. Kept feeling really anxious that were I to try and do anything to prove that she was a liar, that I would get into trouble with the police, because I was told that really if I spoke about her case, or said any of the details about her, that I could actually go to jail. So I really never spoke to anyone about what was going on with her. I really kept her secret. And then on the 14th of November, she had another one of her kind of storms at me, and I just couldn't give it the attention that it needed. So she went off to bed in a huff. And then about 15 minutes later, I got my email from Richard Allen on this Proton Swiss email account, telling me that she had a wristband that had flatlined. And I got into complete panic, thinking I had caused something to happen to her by not giving her attention. And he called the emergency services. They went round. They even spoke to me on her WhatsApp, which was quite common practice. I used to speak to nurses and doctors on her WhatsApp whenever she was in hospital. And then I was told that she'd had a major heart attack. She was rushed to hospital. She was going to have surgery. So I was up all night, pacing up and down, really worried, waiting for news. And I got an email from the police officer, and it just had a couple of phrases that would just seem to me to be very peculiar to Genevieve. And that just kind of set off some alarm bells. So I went and spoke to my partner, and he got on Reddit and talked to a few of his friends in London. He's Italian. And we found someone willing to go to her house in London and to ring the doorbell, pretending to be someone there to buy something off a website called Gumtree, which is a selling stuff website, and to video it. And he and I'd also, in the meantime, arranged with the police to take her dog away to look after her dog while she was in hospital. So the dog wasn't supposed to be there. And then this chap rang the doorbell. Genevieve opened it. You can hear her very clearly in the video. And the dog was barking in the background. So I thought, okay, now I finally have proof that she has been lying. I also have proof, therefore, that the police don't exist, that it has been her. I just carried on the facade for the rest of the day, just kind of thinking through what I was going to do. So, I kept asking her how hospital was, what was the ward like that she was on. And so she was very much, just going along with that. And then they got her home, apparently, that evening, miraculous recovery. This was very common. And then I stayed on her with Zoom the whole night to make sure she was okay. I used to do that almost every night. Just make sure she wasn't having seizures or not breathing or things like that. And then the next day, a nurse was supposed to come around that Richard Allen, this policeman, had arranged for her. And the nurse got on WhatsApp to me, nurse being Genevieve, but she called herself Kitty, saying that Genevieve was not being cooperative. Could I help? So I asked Genevieve to help, just playing along to cooperate. And then Genevieve got really angry with me for not taking seriously how traumatic she finds having strangers or nurses or whatever in her house. And so I just said to her, well, Richard is paying a lot of money for this nurse. He doesn't have a lot of money. So can you please just cooperate? This is to keep you safe. And she kind of went off at me. And I just said, she then said that she had cooperated. So I said, thank you. And at that point, I just blocked her phone number, and I sent her an email telling her that I knew that she had been lying, that she hadn't had a heart attack, and that she had to do several things if I wasn't going to go to the police. This was because I thought really it was just me. And I basically just wanted her out of my life at this point. I didn't really want to deal with her. But I did say to her that what she'd done was a crime. She had extorted money out of me. I think I've estimated I've spent around £20,000 on her, helping her with her rent, buying her food, buying her dog food, buying her pet insurance, helping with her bills, paying for her trips to visit me, buying her, paying for cabs, paying for drinks. Just so many things. My parents gave her nearly £4,000 to help pay for her PhD degree, and so on and so forth. So I said to her that she had to start paying the money back. I would give her a calendar year to do that. She could pay it in installments. I said that she had to tell people that I thought she had lied to. She had to withdraw from her PhD program, that she was never to contact me again. So I got one email back from her saying she understood that she wasn't going to cause me any trouble and she would do as I asked. I then discovered that she hadn't told anyone, because they began to contact me when they found out that I had broken off contact with her. And from there, the whole thing kind of snowballed, and and Lisa had also been having her suspicions, so she got in contact with me. I didn't really know how to get in touch with Carolyn, but I had no idea how to get in touch with Lisa. So it was very good that she contacted me. And at that point, everyone knew. And so we've been all talking since then, finding out that there were completely different stories given to each of us. But what I think remained common was that Genevieve was incredibly demanding and overwhelming, and just a very destructive person who really preys on people who are kind and compassionate. And that's my story in a nutshell.
Right, and you had said, the one thing you had said, Sean, is that you almost wanted her to die because it was so draining, right? You said you had that feeling like, just
I
come
just
on.
wanted it to end somehow.
Yeah, that's how
I got to that point where I
that's
desperate.
That's how I felt, because about 2 weeks before, because when you did the thing November, that's when she went full on, hardcore press on me, because she just didn't have you then. So then she became just so unbelievably needy. And I said to my husband, I am going to have a nervous breakdown. I feel terrible, but I can't deal with it anymore. She doesn't understand that I haven't even eaten all day. And I'll say to her, I haven't even eaten. And normally she would say, go on and eat. She would not get off the phone. She needed something all the time. And I said, I don't know what to do here, but I'm going to have a nervous breakdown, and I feel bad because she's my friend and she's not doing well and she might be dying. And so I shouldn't be selfish like this, but I can't handle it. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah, I totally know that feeling. It was just very, very desperate and overwhelming, and
Okay, good
selfish,
night,
so selfish.
I love you.
I turned 50 this year, and on my 50th birthday, she staged another heart attack just to get my attention away from my family again. She just couldn't let it go. I'm so angry with her. The thing, the time that she took, I don't really actually care about the money. I care about the time that she took away from the people that are really my family, that I really love and really need, they needed me, and I wasn't there for them.
Yes, the Catwoman Jaybells is Genevieve, yes. Yep. And so then...
Yes, I first knew her as Jane Gwynn, and then she changed her name to Genevieve Eliza Bennett, and I was told that was because of protecting her identity.
Yeah, she was showing us forms and saying, you helped her change her identity, and that was, she was lying. We confronted her after you all left. We cut her on, and she admitted it, because I said, I have information that I have to check out. I had to remove you as a moderator and everything because I have information that you fabricated everything. And she just said, okay. So she said, okay. And then she said, well, the woman that's reported this to you, I didn't even say your name. She goes, she's blocked me from everything. So will you give me a chance to explain this? And I said, I want to know, do you have a tumor? And I want to know if you had a baby that died and a husband named Alessandro. And she said, yes, but I need to explain it to you. So she came on the Zoom and she admitted, all of this was a lie. She does have that scar she keeps pointing to from that tumor she had removed, and she couldn't find it today. Like, she had a hard time finding it today. And she said, I have that scar. She's tried to show me that scar many times. And I've seen a scar there. And so, but do I know that that's exactly what it's from? No, but she had, a tumor removed that was non-cancerous. And she still says that Bella Max said she saw her with that apparatus and holes in her head and like this big thing around her head. And she said, well, she had that from another procedure. And so I don't know whether she put it on and wore it to Bella Max's house or something. I don't know what she did at that point. But she carried on with this.
I saw her once with two little scars. Or not scars, just kind of wounds.
Yeah.
Once. So, there are things like that always make me think, oh, it's true.
Right.
So what, she's still pretending that she's got a brain tumor?
Well, she was saying something like she has a slow growing brain tumor and she has to continually be monitored. I said, but You don't have a terminal brain tumor, correct? You're not in treatment at the Macmillan Center and all of this stuff. You're not taking chemotherapy drugs, correct? No, she's not. So, and I just, I went a little nuts on her and just said, I'm so angry with you. You took a community here and you preyed on it. You preyed on people that cared. And it's just, I said, I can't even believe you did this. And she said, I need help. I need help. I don't want to do this. And then she said, this is the way it always ends. I said, so it always ends. You've done this to other people. It's been like this. You'll do it again. No, I can't. I'm 34 years old. I can't do this anymore. I need help. I don't want to live like this anymore. Where do I go for help? And then I said, do you have Munchausen's? And she said, I don't know what. And she pretended like she didn't know what that was. And I told her, what a drain she was on everyone, and why was she doing this? And then Lisa, who's there, Loopy Lisa, are you there? She's
on mute.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Yes,
right.
I am.
She was telling her, like, we loved you, and, you could have been a friend. You didn't have to go through this stuff. And she said she did it because she wanted, what'd she say, Lisa? She couldn't make friends otherwise?
Yes, exactly that.
And Lisa had her at her house for how long did you guys go away?
We took her to Cornwall, so she came to the house. She was actually in my house for about 3 days, and we were in Cornwall together for about 4 or 5 days. So yeah, quite a long time that we spent in her company and had her in the house. Yeah.
And she had a seizure right on the phone. I was on the phone with her.
You were on the phone, yes.
In front of Lisa. And Lisa, you're an EMT, I think, right?
And you were on the phone at the time, and all of a sudden she just flung her phone across the room and then just slid down in her chair. So of course I tried to see what was going on, and then I spoke to you, didn't I? Afterwards.
Yeah, you said, Carolyn, she's having a seizure, or your Nick got on the phone, your partner, and said, Lisa's with her, Genevieve's having a seizure.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was not a seizure.
And many people on the call today have all seen her have seizures in front of us, and a lot of us thought they were real.
What did she have anything to say about the money that she took?
Yes, she wants
how
to.
she's
She
paying
wants.
for anything?
She said you gave her a
she was
year.
going to pay you back.
You gave her a year to pay you back. She will pay you back. She will make restitution for anything, all of the baby things and everything. She wants to make restitution for all of that.
But where does she get her money from? This is what I don't
We
understand.
asked her who that man was, and she said he's a family member that pays her because of the abuse that she suffered.
That was a lie as well.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, she kept lying.
She agreed that didn't happen with her father and all that. That it was something with the brother and that he
But it wasn't even the brother. Then it was the brother. Like what she said with the brother was ridiculous, right? And then it was like two kids talking about sex or something, right? And I said, but that's people are traumatized far worse than that. And she said, oh well, that was my father's best friend. Then he took me to a field and he told me to touch his thing and he named it Percy, and she just.
Yeah.
And I said, but a lot of people are abused. That doesn't mean they turn into, pathological liars.
That's right.
And they a lot of people go through way worse than that. And she, I know, she said, I know. But I don't know why. I don't know why I lie like this, but that's when I lie.
We are live, Lee, but you're watching
I can't stop
something
lying.
that was
I need help.
prior. But I am
But
live
that's the
right
thing,
now
she
here.
didn't stop lying, and we kept asking her for who she was, where she came from, and she still lied, and she gave us, I think, maybe 3 or 4 different stories in the time we were talking to her. So I don't think she knows how to not lie. I don't think she knows how. I really don't.
And remember, she said almost right from the beginning when she admitted everything was a lie, and then she goes, I really feel bad about it. It's not like I'm going to get off of here and start grinning.
Oh yeah, grinning.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, that was really weird. That gave me
That's
the
an odd
chills.
thing to say. That's an odd thing to say, yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Which means
Yeah.
that's exactly what she did do.
Exactly. Well, that's
thought.
what I was saying. Like when she would say to me, "Well, didn't we get on fabulously, Carolyn? And it just flowed." I think she was like grinning that I could fake this relationship with you.
Right.
Yeah, because she knew I can't fake a hello to someone I don't like. She knew that.
I hate to say it, but it's almost like the way Chris Watts lied.
Mm-hmm.
The way.
Yeah.
You know what I
She learned
mean?
from the best then.
Yeah, and maybe that's why she was so interested in his case and everything about it. And
Very strange. But I'm sure she did get off and grin. I'm sure she did. Because why would she say that?
And you know what I said to her? I said, why aren't you scared now? Because she claimed that someone here called the police on her and that said all this stuff. And she called me hyperventilating, telling me the police were in her house. And I said, why are you worried about this? Why? We did nothing wrong. You had a baby and we bought you gifts. And I said, you were worried then. And I couldn't understand why. Because everything we did was on the up and up, and I have records for everything. But now that you're exposed, and what you did is criminal, okay? And what you did to Sean is criminal, you're not at all worried. You're not worried of going to prison. I said, this is crazy, Jay. This is crazy. And she said, well, I don't want to go to prison. What was she saying, Scooter? She wasn't at all upset, right? Or thinking that this was even something she had to worry about.
You know why? Maybe in the past she's done this with other people and they've tried to get her.
She does not seem upset.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
She said, oh, Sean gave me a year to pay her back. She won't do anything until a year goes by that I don't pay her back.
What?
She said, Sean won't do anything for a year. And I said, you knew what was going. She said, oh, I knew Sean was going to tell you guys. Because Lisa said, I think, why didn't you tell us? How come you didn't listen to Sean's letter? You didn't tell anyone. And she said, well, what'd she say, Lisa? What? Why didn't she tell anybody?
No, she said she was going to. She said she was going to tell everybody, but she just hadn't done it yet. She was building up to it. And I said, it was never the opportunity. And I said, you had plenty of opportunity to tell us. In fact, she had told more lies at the time that she told Sean she was going to tell us. She'd actually lied more. So that...
I gave her a week. I gave her a week to tell people.
Right, and then then she said she told one of the ladies.
I was trying to find you.
Remember, she said she told Stephanie, and we said no. Stephanie was on tonight, and you didn't tell her. Remember that, Lisa?
Yeah.
Because she didn't think that Stephanie was on there. She didn't know who was on.
No.
And she asked, "Is Sean going to be here?" And I said, "No, Sean left." And she said, "Well, will Sean see this? Because we recorded it."
Yeah.
We recorded it, so it's on the cloud, wherever that.
I would like to see that.
Zoom, yeah.
Yes.
So when you have that Zoom, if you look in your cloud.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I wondered about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if yeah. So she said, well, I want her to see this because I have things to say to her.
Nothing that she can. I just have nothing to hear from her. Nothing. I never want to hear from her.
Or Lisa.
See her. Think about her. Yeah.
Lisa. Loopy Lisa?
Yes.
Did you get the weird feeling about the way she was looking down the whole time?
Yes.
And she would look up, her eyes had like a weird, almost like, I don't know, her eyes, they creeped me out. She did not look like herself, like the person she presented.
No, and she wasn't, and she was pretending to cry. She wasn't crying, and she was there were no tears there. There was nothing.
Only at the end, I think she was squeezing.
At the very end. But then I think that was because she'd been caught and she started to feel sorry for herself. I don't think she was sorry for anyone else.
Talk to me again.
Yeah. It was all to do with her and how she was feeling.
She lost everything. She has nothing now. Who would do this?
Yeah, not about anyone else. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And we said, you'll start again with other people. No, I won't. I can't do this anymore. I can't. There's something wrong with me.
No, she said she would, though, if she didn't get help. she's asking for help. And she wanted Loopy Lisa, to give her that number that she had from before. So she could call her, you know, Monday morning to get help.
Yeah. I said no. I don't.
I'll get some help now, and it'll be all great.
Yeah.
You know, wrap it up in a nice little package, and everything will be
she
fine
said
again.
this. You know what she said? She
Really?
said she will record her hospital therapy sessions, and that should make everyone feel like that she's really going to this. And I said, you could get therapy all you want. That doesn't mean you're going to change your ways. What's the recording going to mean? You could go there and still do your own thing. She said, no, I will record it. I will record the sessions.
She did. She did. As if that was...
Didn't I say something like, yeah, but you could be lying then. Well, no, I won't be. No, I know. It's gonna be hard, you know, to believe, but I will. I'll record it, and, you know, you can tell if I'm lying or... It's like, what?
Yeah. And I said, how are you going to pay for this apartment? How are you going to pay for this apartment? And she said, well, I moved some stuff around or something, so I had this month, but I'm going to have to get a job because I don't know what I'm going to do for next month.
Sunflower Brown, you're right. She didn't give her the number. Loopy Lisa's on the line right now. She told her, no, I'm done. I'm not doing that.
No. No. I'm not wasting any more of my time on
That's right. That's what we told her, because we're on there, and I said, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do this. You're not telling the truth. You're not doing anything. You won't even give us your name. And that's when it's last minute she goes, fine, I was born in Leeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said, I mean, she told us what? Palestine. She told me Palestine. She told you Michigan. She told somebody else New York. I mean, it turns out it was Leeds of all the places.
And remember when you said, well, no, you said it was somewhere
North Yorkshire.
In Israel or something like that. And she's like, yes, because there's a little town that's right there in Israel. And
and yes. And then it turned that was all a lie too. She was It was just
right. And then she wasn't an Orthodox Jew, because she goes, I said, why were you wearing the jeans? Okay, because first I thought she was going to try to tell me she was transgender or something, and she was born a boy, because that's how she started this off. And I said, were you born a boy? And she goes, no. What? And I said, well, what is with the jeans? I know Orthodox Jews do not allow their girls to wear jeans. And first she told me when she was here, and I said that was her father because he was essaying her. We use that for that abuse, that kind of abuse here on YouTube. We have to say essay. But she said it was a bribe. And then he would bring her around, and they would go in these Orthodox rings, and they would parade the kids around, and she would always protect her twin sister, and she was scared of the dentist because she was essayed in a dental chair by her father's Hasidic dentist. And the things she told me were, just crazy. And I said, well, why don't you write a book about that? Because there was a woman that came out with that exact same story. And she said, I said, she's not worried about her life. Why are you worried about your life? Who's going to get you? My uncle. My uncle is going to get me.
She told me that too.
So I said, well, how come this woman is exposing it and she's not worried about it? But she would never, and I even said to her one day, I said, by you being silent, how many more children are being abused? You're being silent because you're scared. If you really want to do something and this really happened, why aren't you blowing the whistle on it? And she got upset with that. She never got aggressive with me, but she got upset to the point, oh, well, you don't understand, and it's not that easy, and my uncle, but I'll think about it, just the whole thing. She was always so secretive when she had to be secretive and find out it's nothing. It's all fake. And who said she was genetically engineered? She told you that, Sean? She was genetically engineered?
Yeah, that she was purposely designed to become this super clever person who was also super fertile. I'm very embarrassed to admit that I swallowed it. I did look up when genetic engineering started, and it did seem a bit far-fetched because I don't think they could clone very much in 1986. But
Oh, she said.
You know, when you say it out loud,
Okay,
it just sounds so ridiculous, but it was so convincing.
But we all feel like that, Sean. We all feel like that. We all feel, how on earth did we get taken? But we all have been. We all have been. So, yeah.
Sean, everybody's wanting to know, since we don't know her real name and she's given us like 3 different names, how did she enroll in the university without her real name?
Well, that's why I suspect that Jane Gwynn is her real name.
Jamie Gwynn.
Because that was what she
Hi,
had on
Taco
her.
Texas. How are you?
She gave us a new name.
Yeah, she gave us a
She
new
gave
name.
us a new name tonight.
Yeah,
Tamara
was it
Dombrowska.
Yeah.
Long time no see.
But she said the Dombrowska
Say
name
that
is
again?
Tamara Dombrowska.
Tamara.
No, Tamara. Tamera.
Yeah, Tamara. Tammy for short.
Tammy.
She told me he had a sister, a young baby sister called that, who died in prison. Yeah, a lot of people died.
A couple of other.
She told me the Dombrowski name is weird because if you're a male, your last name is Dombrowski, but if you're a female, your name is Dombrowska.
Yeah, Nebraska. And then she said, what was the sisters?
Oh,
she has
Isabella.
A sister Kaylee. A sister
Kaylee, and I said
Victoria.
Kaylee is not a Hasidics wouldn't name their child Kaylee, and she,
Yeah, but then it turns out that her mother and father were called David and Lorraine.
Yeah,
so,
David and Lorraine.
That's not particularly.
I thought her mother was called Hadath, which I thought was a fine Jewish name. So
No, and then she said, what would she say, Etan?
Yes,
Etan,
yes.
E-T-A-N. And I said, why'd you call him Etan? Well, that's what I call them. But my father's name was David, and my mother's name was Lorraine. And I said, Lorraine was the name that was on your letter. And she goes,
Lorraine?
yes. She
Lorraine
goes,
was the police officer I first dealt with.
And she goes, yes, they were on the letter. I had to tell the truth to them. So now she's saying Lorraine on the letter. is her
Lorraine
mother.
died as well, by the way.
Oh my God.
But I was looking up that name and I didn't get anything to come up.
Nope.
That Dabrowski and
Dabrowska.
Dabrowska. Oh, and then she told us at the end when she was telling the truth that her father, there was something said about him being bipolar.
And he would disappear for, just he would go away and nobody would know where he went, but he was bipolar and he would just go away. And she doesn't know where he is.
That traumatized her, apparently.
And she thinks that's how she started lying, because she was traumatized.
Yeah.
Flighter Mouse says she told me her sister's name was Jennifer.
And then she said, I said, were you a twin? Yes. And I said, but you told Lisa, your sister, you had one sister and she was 2 years younger than you. Oh, well, that's a lie. I had an older brother, an older sister, a twin sister, and a little sister.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no, I just had the younger sister, and her father shot her mother and her younger sister, and then shot himself. That was
Right,
what.
that's the story I heard, except the sister was a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have the sister as a twin. She was younger, but I did actually say to her, I said at the time, I said, so why did he spare you? If you were there, why did he not?
That is a
shoot
good question.
you? Yeah, and she said it was because he wanted to punish her more, because that she would have to live with the fact that her whole family had died and she'd seen her whole family die, and that would be more of a punishment
And
to
she
her.
told me he thought he smothered them. At that time he didn't shoot them, and he smothered them, and she pretended she was dead.
Sean did see her passport, didn't you, Sean?
Yeah, I got 2 passports, a British one and an American one.
I'm
She
gonna
went to
go
show us
and
that. She told us her
listen
ID.
Okay. All right.
in my bed because I'm kind of like really tired, but I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
And
And
then get
then,
off, but listen on YouTube, okay?
okay, I asked if
Be
she
well,
had
everyone.
one kidney.
Bye.
How'd she lose the kidney? Because she told me she lost the kidney because a shot ricocheted off of it when the father killed them. Though she said it didn't make sense because the father supposedly strangled them, choked the mother. He smothered the little sister. He supposedly smothered her. and then he shot himself, but the bullet somehow ricocheted and nicked her kidney, and she had to lose that kidney. Now tonight she said she was born without a kidney. She was born without a kidney, only with one kidney.
And and then she went to show about having the baby.
Oh, she showed us stretch marks. Yeah. She said she had a baby because she pulled up her shirt and said, "I have stretch marks."
Yeah.
And remember, she was going to show us the wristband? Because I asked her to show us that.
Yeah, because I said, you lied about AJ, and then you went and you told me that you had his ashes and that you were taking things I sent you and you were putting them around a little box and talking to him. And I said, you were almost like mocking me with my son's urn or trying to connect with me. I don't know what you were doing. And she goes, no, I do. And Lisa said, yeah, you said you had a box of ashes for the baby, an urn above your, your armoire. And she said, well, I do, but it's a keepsake box. It's not ashes, and it's not from AJ. It's from my other baby.
Oh,
so we said, well, where is it? Listen to this. We said,
her phone like
go
this
get it.
Showing
she was showing her shed filled with boxes. So she goes, I have it. It's a keepsake box. They said, what is in it? She goes, the hospital bracelet. And that's the box I'm talking about. Well, she's lying right there because she's telling me she has it there inside and she's playing with it with the little things around it. Now she says it's in this outhouse that she has, which is a shed outside. And I said, wow. She goes, let me go take a picture. So she takes a picture of these boxes, floor to ceiling in there. And I said, that's where you have your baby's keepsake? And you didn't keep it with you? You don't bring it in the house? It's not there? It's somewhere buried in there and you don't even know where? That doesn't sound right. And I said, this is lies. It's all lies.
At one point, she said she had 15 pregnancies.
Yeah, I said, Sean says you have like 15. Yes, I said, wow, well, you're at 34 years old now. You must have started what? Very, very young, have all those children. And I said, and you said the best years of your life is when you were getting your bachelor's degree. So, that was 4 years that you apparently weren't having children during that time, or what's going on?
She told us she was 40, didn't she? We were all under the impression that she was 40.
She was 40.
So.
Right, her biological clock is running out, and she had the cancer, and she never had a baby, and and we told her, you don't think she'd ever have. She said, I don't think I should have a baby either. I said, I don't even think you should have your dog.
Yeah.
That poor dog.
But for the most part, she was cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah. The Scooter thought she was going to come on it and point fingers, but she didn't. She was. I said, I think she's going to be very cool, and she was.
Did I say she was going to come on and point fingers?
Didn't she say that, Lisa, that she was going to start saying, you told me this, and was trying to pit us all against each other?
Well, I said with you and Lisa probably, because you guys are closer to her. And the way she would like to triangulate, or however you say that.
Yeah, but she didn't do any of that.
No, she didn't.
Didn't do any of that.
No. I think she realised she had no way of getting out of it. I think she realised that there was absolutely no way out. She was in too deep. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, it's, and I said, the ball's rolling. I said, there's so many people you wronged, and there's so many more. What do you think? You're just going to get away with this, that nobody's going to do it? The people have already filed stuff. And I said, I don't understand how you're not scared. This is what I said to her. You were scared so many freaking times when there was like nothing to be scared of. You were petrified. And now you've got something to be afraid of. And you could care less.
Yeah.
Amber Ella says she might like getting caught. And I kind of think she did.
Yeah, because it's all about her then again, isn't it? Everything's on her. She's probably watching this now. I'm sure she's watching this now. Yeah.
Lisa, you said to her, I think you're enjoying this.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
And I think she was.
Yeah.
Weeping Lizard, I asked her that. I said, are you the one that wrote the email about me being in cahoots or whatever with Rabid Dog? And she said, oh, no, I don't do anything like that on YouTube. I don't do any of that kind of stuff.
but she's willing to use a voice
Scooter,
changer
I
to
don't
pretend to
remember
be
what
doctors
that is
and nurse.
about that email with Cahoots.
Why would she be any different with anything else?
That's what I was
She's just
wondering.
deceitful. She's just deceitful in every way. So I don't think there's any morals about anything.
When she was trying to get Carolyn to turn against me, she had asked her very recently
Can you trust Scooter?
if
Can
I
you
could
trust
be
Scooter?
trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all
But
of a
she's
sudden
done the
that
same.
thing with rabid dog comes up.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other
But she's
thing,
done the same with other friends of ours, hasn't she?
Yes.
She's manipulated, pushed away. She's been in control really of who she wants who to be around, basically.
right? I think she's been telling people a lot of things. And Sean, you said your brother suspected her of something. What did he?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention that. Yeah, he, along with my sister,
I know,
had
must
been
have been
very
something big.
concerned about my relationship with Jay for a very long time. And he found some emails on my parents' computer because he helps manage they're very elderly, and he helps manage their computer. And so one day I was in a work meeting and I got a call from the police saying that some fraud had been reported. That my brother had reported Genevieve for fraud. And I was just like, oh my God, this is terrible. You know, now bad people are going to find her. And so I spoke to the policeman and said, you know, no, there's no fraud. And, you know, I give Genevieve a little bit of money every month for rent because I stay in her house when I go to London every week. And so they just closed the file at that point. So I wrote immediately to the person I thought was the policeman, Richard Allen, saying, I've got the police on the phone. I'm really, really scared that something, you know, that now Genevieve will be found. But, you know, I'll make it go away. And the police officer was like, yes, please do make it go away. I have to say, I was a bit, I did think to myself, why didn't he already know about this? Given that he was constantly supposedly monitoring all of her email and kind of internet and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, a couple of nights later, apparently bad men broke into her house and raped her violently. I don't even want to say what she said happened. And then again, the next night, same thing happened. And I think that was her way of punishing me for my brother having done this. And to make it very clear, you know, that this was nothing to mess with and it was very dangerous. And that was another reason why I was very kind of scared to take anything further with the police. But I've done that now. I filed a report.
Yeah, and what was I going to say about that? So was she very scared when your brother did that? Did she act really scared that he did that?
Very scared.
Yeah.
Well, I told Richard Allen not to tell her, but he then sent her an email. And she got very freaked out and very angry at my family and saying, you know, I needed to cut off all contact with her because, you know, my family hate her so much. And I was just like, no, I'll never leave you. You're my sister. You know, they just made a mistake.
Yeah. And,
but yeah, she was very terrified.
You felt such a loyalty.
Telling me she was scared because she would be found.
right, yes,
By,
she'd always be found, I know, by the people.
You know, by the bad people.
Yeah.
I think you wanted to show her, you know, that you would always be there for her no matter what, like an unconditional type love, maybe.
Yeah, I constantly said that to her, but you know, I'll never leave. There's nothing that will make me leave. Well, except I said, unless you're lying to me. That's the one thing, but otherwise, no, of course, I'll stick with you to the end.
And she said how you gave her a second chance. She brought that up on her own.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Total fool.
And I mean, when she came on here, like she did things.
She's just such a good, accomplished liar.
Oh, she agreed.
Just so accomplished.
She agreed that she did prove that Dr. Russo thing that she said was a mistake to show that was her husband, Dr. Alessandro Russo, when she came on that one time. That was all done purposely. She admitted that.
Sean, do you think there's any way that she's a quote unquote kept woman? Because that's what I've been wondering.
I don't. Who knows? Who knows? I literally have no idea. But she has not watched in the whole time that I've known her.
I mean, she is young and she's attractive and
not.
I don't know. I mean, she went on with this. I also said to her, did you make a big deal about getting your period? You don't believe you got it, and I think you did that to set a pregnancy timeline. And she said, no. And I said, why would you tell Sean and Lisa that you had this huge accident all over I said, that's a lie. Oh, and she tried to lie her way out of that. This crazy thing that she tried to say that. I think we'll end that there tonight. Yay, we'll end that there. Probably revisit this again tomorrow or some other time this week, because I do want to keep getting this out there. If she's doing this to anyone else, if you recognize this woman, if you recognize anything in this story, please email Carolyn@truecrimechat.org and let me know. Yeah, this is a terrible, terrible thing. You hate your questions. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Please share this out if you can. So if she is doing this to anyone else, we can get her face in front of as many people as we can. Let's do a word game to unwind. We'll do the daily puzzle to unwind after this. But yeah, try to please get this out, because there's no doubt if if they haven't charged her and stuff, that she's not doing this to somebody else, right? Okay. What is this? Surf? Yeah. Okay, thank you all. All right, we're going to call it a night. Got to get up early. Yeah, I'm going to bed too. I'm going to be in the... All right. Come on in, Al, right away. All right, love you guys. God bless. Prayers, and we'll see you tomorrow. Be good. Love you guys. God bless.